Are you dealing with a personal injury? Don't go it alone. Turn to the experienced team at Phillips Law Firm. Their attorneys have helped thousands of clients get the compensation they deserve. Call Phillips Law Firm now. Call 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
When you think of health, where does your mind go? To the doctor's office? Or to your community, where you can join kids clubs and local events? At your grocery store, where an allowance makes it easier to eat healthy? Or on your street, where a ride is there to take you to the doctor. We're WellPoint, a health insurance company that knows that health isn't just one thing, it's everything. WellPoint, your whole health is our whole point.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. Thanks for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast. Want more? Check out the greatest podcast in all the land, The Podcast. Be sure to subscribe and listen to a brand new episode every Tuesday night.
Unfortunately, what you're about to hear is real. The members of this radio program are simply not that bright, or what some people would call educated. They are merely stupid. They're not trying to offend anyone on purpose. And all have played doctors on TV. You have been warned and are cordially invited to join the party. This is the Men's Room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. You know what they say, shake your radio more than 3 times, and you're playing with it. You're listening to the Men's Room.
And away we go. Welcome to Season 18, episode number 3,939. Along with Steve the Thrill Hill, D. Ted Smith, and my cock, Montgomery. And you are the Men's Room. On tap today, once again, we play Big Dummy. Ted's Meat and Potatoes has some cooking myths that you should not believe anymore. We will play Profile This, plus headlines, a Men's Room shot of the day, funable listener emails, and everyone's favorite, TV Time with Ted.
Click. Clack.
Drink it to drunk. All right, here we go. Go big or go home. A man breaks into a car dealership and steals a $600,000 sports car. Meanwhile, a pepper-eating couple swap spit for the hottest tonsil hockey match so far. Florida man arrested after deploying a garden hose to his neighbor's face. To the Philadelphia airport baggage claim where a raccoon runs around the place. And the latest TikTok trend and challenge to fake a kidnapping. This is not going to end well. That is all coming on today's very special episode of The Men's Room.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, today is the day that we play Big Dummy, the game show that rewards you for your stunning ignorance. And here's how it works. You call... Wow, man.
Fired up today, dude.
I know, you've been saying it all day.
Spinning that wheel.
But you call us, we will spin the category wheel, and then we'll ask you a question from that category. But here's where Big Dummy separates itself from your average, more reputable game show. We will continue to ask you questions until you get one right. Because, as always, we want you to leave here smarter than you showed up. Now, so far this year, our biggest dummy has been the lovely and talented Kyle, who once asked, why do blind people insist on walking their dogs all the time? And found a way to answer 14 consecutive questions wrong. Can you do better? Of course you can. Everyone else has. So give us a call, and off we go on Big Dummy.
To be a contestant to play Big Dummy, call 206-803-ROCK. Like the Men's Room on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Men's Room Live, and send those emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Hold the Charles, away we go. Welcome to Season 18, episode number 3,939. 39, what a large and in charge program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeat. As the head chef is back, Ted's Meat and Potatoes. I guess we all know some things, or think we know things about cooking in the kitchen.
Correct. Some of these are just myths everybody believes, but they're not.
Vegetables are healthy. Tell me that's one.
That's not on there.
Damn it. Yeah.
But I guarantee you probably do a couple on these lists still.
Okay. I do know for a fact that one of my favorite tips that I ever watched was the old Cajun Cook.
Yeah.
He used to be on PBS. And he's always wearing suspenders, and he's the woo-wee guy, right? But no matter what, he cooked with wine. But he always had to taste the wine first before he poured it in to make sure that the wine was okay.
Was that guy said pepper?
Yeah.
Yeah, pepper.
Ooh-wee. And then he'd take another drink after he was done pouring it in. Ooh, we need some more. Then he poured it in there. And see, anytime he touched that wine, man, it went to his lips first, then into the food, then back up to his lips again.
Don't you do that, man? Like if you're making a vodka sauce, I'm definitely taking a slug or two of vodka before I dump it in.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's one of the best things about steaming shrimp with beer.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you could use the beer multiple times, but I'm like, it needs half a can. Guess we'll drink the other half.
Exactly. Same with a beer can chicken.
Yeah.
And you get a tall boy in there. So now you're chugging a beer, basically. You still got to get that down a little bit so it doesn't boil over.
Cook with booze, kids. That's the point we're getting at. Actually, I used to have a chef. We walked to the restaurant one morning. No one should have been there. The guy I go in with goes, man, there's somebody asleep on the floor in the kitchen. And all we can see is a pair of tighty-whities and a pair of legs. So we weren't sure who it was. Well, it was our chef. And what we found out was the chef himself drank a gallon of cooking sherry.
Oh, man.
Yeah. He wasn't with us for more than maybe a week after that.
He was putting it on.
Oh, dude. Yeah, and seriously, we were having inventory issues, and it was a cooking sherry. None of us thought for a second anyone was drinking it. Certainly not the chef, but that was kind of his go-to.
Cooking on myths that you should not believe anymore. Coming up with the head chef and Ted's Meat and Potatoes. What else do we have for you today? Old More Men's Room every Monday through Friday, exclusively on the Odyssey app. If you don't have the Odyssey app, download it now. It's absolutely free. And when you download it, search for the Men's Room page. That's where you'll find all things Men's Room from all the podcasts that we do. Our daily podcast is up there if you happen to miss the show. Also, the Men's Room Happy Hour channel. That's where you click in as we go live there at 6 o'clock. Keep in mind that there is a reason that it is labeled explicit based on the language and the content and times. And as we like to play Big Dummy on Thursday, we do Big Dirty Dummy on the Men's Room Happy Hour. On the
Dirty
app.
Dummy.
Big Dirty Dummy.
Big Dirty Dummy.
Big Dummy. And I'd like to tell you that I could come up with... So basically, one is not the name of a real band today.
Okay. All right.
The bands are maybe the worst of all of these as far as the names.
So like the one you came up with isn't as offensive as the real names.
It is, I can't look. No, three-finger treatment. Is that the name of a band?
Okay.
Penis fly trap.
They get the idea, Miles.
Hot butter. No, I can't do that one.
Yes.
Wall of smegma.
Miles.
The scrotum staplers. Is that the name of a band? One is not the name of a band. The other three are actual bands. So join us for a Dirty Big Dummy coming up with the Men's Room Happy Hour.
I want to just make one up.
10 questions, worth 1 point apiece. The bonus question is worth 2. And we have one that you can relate to where your relatives live today.
All right.
Having to deal with Nantucket. So,
sure.
For the bonus question, which is worth 2 points. So download the Odyssey app. We'll see you for Dirty Big Dummy coming up in the Men's Room Happy Hour. That starts at 6 o'clock. What else do we have for you today? Oh, yeah, the game known as Big Dummy. It's an easy game to play. We will spin the category wheel. You're either playing for Team Sober or Team Not Sober. Our biggest dummy's been Kyle. Took him 14 questions to get one right. And as we like to do on Big Dummy, we do a Men's Room poll. Last time we played the game, we asked you, if you had the opportunity, what would you pick if you could only drink one of these for an entire month?
Okay.
So we know about the sober Januaries and everything. This is not that. This is you can only drink this the entire month. Here were your choices. Number 1, tomato juice.
Nope.
You either like it, you don't like it. A lot of people love a Bloody Mary, even though it gives them heartburn. Very rarely do you see someone just sit down with a tall glass of tomato juice.
No.
Seems like it's more of an additive.
Right. You add vodka to it. Now you want to drink it.
Maybe some clam juice if you want to throw that in there, or whatever you do. Next up, grapefruit juice.
Let's go.
Pretty polarizing as well. You either like it or you don't. It's awful tart. I don't think it's sweet enough for my taste.
No,
like
it's
lemonade.
not.
It just kind of bites the mouth and basically, like an IPA, it takes all your taste buds that are in your mouth and just throws them out for a good hour and a half. Milk was on the list. And then finally, Mad Dog 2020. Now, if you happen to follow the Men's Room on Twitter at Men's Room Live, that's where we put up the poll. Here are the results. Coming in at 4th place, if you could only drink one for a month, 12% of you chose Mad Dog 2020. Now, that was actually a tie for 3rd, we'll say. Tomato juice barely squeaked it out, but that was by like a 0.1 or a 0.2. Tomato juice came in at number 3 at 12% as well. Coming in at number 2, we have grapefruit juice. 29% of you. And by far, almost half of you at 47% said if you had to drink only one for a month, that would be milk. So that's how the poll shook down.
Healthy enough.
Right. Now, today we're going to talk about hairstyles. Rocking a hairstyle, let's face it, for the most part in your lifetime, you maybe have one, at least for guys, one or two maybe more adventurous hairstyles. Maybe you let it grow long. Maybe you just shaved it all off. Maybe you're in a punk phase and you did a mohawk or whatever the deal is. Today you're going to get a brand new hairstyle. So here are your choices. We're going to go tried and true, the mohawk. And I've known many people in my lifetime that have had mohawks. The older you get, the less of these people you know.
For sure. But I'd take the mohawk now. I'm a black dude, so Mr. Tea Time.
Why not? Yeah, mohawk. Man, anybody that has a mohawk.
Dad, we're bald, all right? So if I could grow hair, I'm swinging for the fences, brother.
I hear you. I'm just laughing at Mr. Tea Time.
Yeah, Mr. Tea Time.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody.
Mm-hmm. Number 2 is the classic mullet. The tried and true. I believe that there's a kid up in maybe Bellingham. It's
so close to Canada.
He is. I think he's
Bremerton?
Pretty far along. Maybe it is Bremerton in the mullet finals, or he's moving on.
He might have already won.
He's in the competition, like 9-year-old kid, but he had a pretty strong mullet. Traditional Canadian classic hockey mullet.
It's the first black guy you picture when you say mullet. Ooh. Lionel Richie, that is correct.
Well, yeah,
now, he's trimmed it up now, but during his heyday when he's dancing on the ceiling, brother got the Jerry curl.
I was going to say,
straight up, it's a Jerry curl, but he still had a mullet.
Eric LaSalle in Coming to America.
He had a mullet.
He had a pretty good Jerry curl style mullet.
But it's still a mullet.
When the Jacksons got back together, most of those guys
had Tito and Randy.
They had some pretty Jerry curled mullets as well.
Yeah.
Coming down.
But even Michael never really went mullet.
Fellas, you look ignorant.
It was just a style. I mean, it was curly and it was longer in the back than it was everyone else. Look at DeBarge.
It was a party in the back, man.
Or any of those.
Business up front, party in the back.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going mullet.
You're going mullet.
How big would it be? Like a big flowing mullet?
Oh, yeah. I want it to look like I play hockey in the 70s.
I'm just looking at you now, picturing like somehow it would work on you.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would. Yeah.
You'd slay it.
People would just hand you dip for free.
Number 3.
I'd get a belt buckle. I'd wear tight jeans, cowboy boots, the whole thing.
I like hip hop.
Right.
Yeah. Number 3 would be the bowl cut. Think Jim Carrey and Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah. Has anyone successfully pulled off the bowl cut who's not Dorothy Hamill?
I don't ever know. I have never thought that haircut looked good.
It's never looked good, man. There's a guy that we call, I won't say where this individual works, but we have nicknamed him Simple Jack. All right? Jesus. No, I mean, when you see this guy, he's very competent. He's very nice, but dude, his teeth look like sloth fingers, right? They're so long and big, but he has a straight up bowl cut. And I just said to Mike, like, man, if you got teeth that look like that, the last haircut in the world that this dude should have is a bowl cut. So when I order food from this guy, it takes about 7 minutes, right, for it to be prepared. I realize that I stare at him the whole time. Right. I cannot take my eyes off of that dude. So, yeah, Simple Jack.
Now, if you're a white kid growing up and your parents wanted to give you a haircut, they threw you in the bathtub and they put, honest to God, a bowl was pretty common to put over your head and then just cut around it. And then when you're done, cut the bangs in the front so the kid can see.
My white friends would tell me that, and I was like, you've got to be kidding.
Now, if you grew up in a black family, they had cutting shears.
Goddamn right.
We just had scissors. So shears look a lot better. No, we white people don't have shears.
Scissors were never taken to my head, man. It was always clippers.
Not back, that's what I'm saying, clippers.
Yeah, period.
Not back in the day. Back in the day, you had like barbershop scissors for white kids' hair. I don't know what the deal was.
Hey, you got the Flowbee in the 80s.
It did not look good.
The Flowbee's not helping out black people.
I would have rather taken,
Flowbee didn't help out anything.
One or two link on the sides, maybe a little bit higher on the top. But if we had clipping shears, we would have looked a hell of a lot better growing up.
Richest man that you can think of with a bowl cut.
Davis from the
correct, the owner of the Raiders. And every time you're like, this guy's worth billions of dollars. I don't know if he's smart or not, whatever. Dude has a lot of money. He's obviously important to the NFL, which is like the biggest frickin' sports franchise in North America. And every time they show this guy, I'm like, this is the saddest, dumbest looking son of a bitch.
I don't think anyone has ever told him.
Someone has to have told him.
They have not.
Someone has to have said, brother,
at least his hairstyle.
With all that money, get a different haircut.
It's the job of the person cutting his hair to say, hey, why don't we try something new this time? That is their job. I don't care what in the hell. I don't care what he says. I don't care what he says. It's your job to tell him, let's go for something
He
different.
fired another hairstylist?
Yes.
He looks like Augustus Gloop grew up.
Right. I mean, this is not a good look.
He looks so stupid all the time.
It's hard to take the guy seriously.
That's what I'm saying. He's an important person in the NFL. You know, I'd be impressed to meet the guy. I like football, but you're right. As soon
The problem is he owns a team, and I mean, like, look, his wife is attractive.
because he has money.
So I mean, why would he change his hair?
Right. But Ted, he walks into the war room on draft day, right?
Yeah.
You've got the number 5. You got the number 5 pick in the draft. If you don't know that guy and he walks in, because I got an ID on a number 1 pick, you go, get the F out of here.
Who let the dummy in?
Who are you? You know, what the hell's going on? And your 4th choice of your new hairstyle, that would be the classic rat tail. Think Hayden Christensen in
Star Wars.
Star Wars. That just the small little tail in the back wrapped in a rubber band.
Yeah, my brother and his buddies had that. By the time I got to like grade school, that was going out.
Also, keep in mind that typically on this style that involves,
That's the only thing that comes to mind with the rat tail.
you need a collared shirt, which is a polo style shirt. Preferably, you're going to pop the back collar.
Yeah, so the collars have to be out.
There's a whole style that goes to rocking the rat tail. So that's all part of your overall look.
I mean, I got that. I'm rocking the mullet, dude. So I mean, I'm just wearing like
You can do
Coors.
whatever.
I'm wearing like a Coors original shirt.
You can also
Yeah, I was
wear.
gonna say, man.
You can wear a Canadian tuxedo. There's a number. You could go country. You could go Canadian.
You don't need a collar on the top of your shirt.
No,
And I mean, even a T-shirt, like you still want to tear that
You
off.
can wear tank tops, man. You can wear
You
whatever.
almost have to.
You guys want to rock out some Triumph?
That's
Sure.
a perfect band
April
for it.
Wine, Rush, all the big hitters.
Everybody knows Rush. I'm a real Canadian now.
That's right. 3 Days Grace.
Are they Canadian?
Oh yeah,
I had no idea.
Toronto. So you're gonna rock a new hairstyle. Will it be the mohawk? Will it be the mullet? Will it be the bowl cut or the rat tail? If you follow us on Twitter at Men's Room Live, get there and vote. All right, the game is Big Dummy. 206-803 Rock. Who is our first contestant ready to play the big game?
Hello, Ethan. Welcome to the men's room.
Oh, hi, guys.
Ethan, are you on Team Sober or Team Not Sober?
I am currently at work, so that is Team Sober.
All right, Ethan.
I think that's the best place to get drunk, man.
Yeah, we try to. All right, Ethan, you're going to rock a new hairdo. Will it be the mohawk, the mullet, the bowl cut, or the rat tail?
I'm going to need a do-it-for-Dale mullet. That's the only option out of that list. You got to get a mullet.
Mullet it is.
Yep. Did you ever have a mullet in your life?
Nope, really want one, though.
You do realize that Jerry curl in the back and feathered or parted down the middle on top look is coming back.
Oh, yeah.
Is it coming
Yeah, I
back,
know.
or are people
I
doing
support
it?
I don't know why it's coming back. I just know I heard that is the hot new style.
Okay. Because like people, like the solo stash made a return about 3 or 4 years ago, right? In earnest. Yeah. And I'm happy about but keep in mind, just because it's in style doesn't mean that you look good in it.
Well, you remember
it's just the perm look.
And when the pandemic started, that was the big thing that everybody was bringing their mullets back during the pandemic because the barbershops were all closed.
Really? Was
Yes.
that the big inspiration?
Yes.
Well, if I could grow hair, I'd rub back the fro.
And it's taking off, yeah.
But I can't do that. I look like George Jefferson. All right. Here is your question. What is the active ingredient in smelling salts?
Is it ammonia? I think it's ammonia.
You are one and done, Ethan. Nice job.
Wait. One and done. Starting off the show strong. Ted, you should be happy because we immediately get to what you've been working on all week. This week for our true and false 50-50s, Ted has taken us into the world of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And to this day, I don't know whether they're dwarfs, not dwarves. Just saying, any other time the dwarf is plural, it's dwarves, but they're the dwarfs. The dwarfs. So here is your question. True or false, Snow White could fit 4 of the dwarf's fists in her mouth at one time?
I'm going to go with true on that one. I got a feeling.
Man, I'm sorry. She can actually fit all 7 of their fists at once. All 7.
Yeah.
Because originally there were 9 dwarves, but she can only fit 7 in. She said, "You're my 7. Let's go."
Big Dummy is the game. 206-803 Rock.
Hello, Danny. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Oh, yeah. Danny, are you sober or not sober?
Sober.
Danny, welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, our men's room poll, you're going to pick a new haircut.
Watermelon sugar.
Is it a mohawk, a mullet, a bowl cut, or a rat tail?
You ready for this?
Mohawk.
It's a hairstyle.
What now?
What happened?
It's a hairstyle.
Oh, Harry Styles. See? Mike has truly
I came up with that stupid idea when Miles was running through them all.
Danny, you taking the mohawk, the mullet, the bowl cut, or the rat tail?
I'm going Mohawk.
Mohawk, my
Mohawk
man.
it is. All right.
Once you explained it, it's funny, Mike. I was just like, what the hell? All right, here is your question. What winter sports Hall of Fame is located in Ishpeming, Michigan? And I'm sure I said that wrong.
Ooh, winter sports. Is this like the International Hall of Fame or?
I don't know, man. I really don't know.
Okay. Winter Sport Hall of Fame. Cross country skiing.
I'll say hockey.
Skiing.
It is
just straight up skiing.
In Michigan?
That's what I thought. Like,
do they even have one like
significant mountain where if I'm a skier, I want to go to Michigan? Yeah, I don't know.
I don't remember mountains when I lived in Michigan.
It'd be like the Surfing Hall of Fame in Kansas.
Maybe in the Upper Peninsula, but I don't know about the Southern Peninsula or the southern part. I don't believe so. Maybe I'm wrong.
Somebody here said they want to know, did the Beatles have bowl haircuts? They did, and they looked stupid. They were successful.
That's why they grew their hair out once they became popular.
Right. They looked idiotic.
They're the most famous band in the world, and all they ever did was get to hold hands.
Yes.
It's because of those haircuts.
Someone else says, by the way, older bitches, where is it? For the record, I'm 52, and I've had all of those hairstyles, including the white wall look with long hair.
Okay.
All right, your question. Who played the role of TV's T.J. Hooker?
Oh, crap. T.J. Hooker.
He's much more famous for a different role he played on a different TV show.
Shatner?
Yes, very good, Danny. Very good. That was one of the best SNL skits ever.
Captain Kirk, I'm T.J. Hooker now.
William Shatner's at a Star Trek convention, and he's just getting annoyed as hell. He's like, guys, I'm not Kirk anymore. I'm T.J. Hooker now. Get a life.
Right.
Get a life. And all he's like, oh no. He's mad at us. He's like, seriously, get out of your parents' basement. Get a life. Oh. More Big Dummy coming up, 206-803-ROCK.
99.9 KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Mary's Place has over 400 kids of all ages staying in their shelters. They're all getting ready to go back to school. That's what Kicks for Kids is all about. Giving these kids a chance to get a brand new pair of shoes for the school year. Now, $50 buys a pair of sneakers for a child so they have confidence going back to start the new year. $100 hooks up a teenager. One thing you need to know, they get to pick their own style of shoe.
Yep.
So that's very important so they have that confidence as they're heading back to school. Donate now what you can. Just head to KISW.com. Big Dummy is the game. 206-803-ROCK. Steve, who is our next contestant ready to play?
First man on earth, Miles. Hello, Adam. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Big Dummy!
Adam?
Hello.
Hola.
Adam, are you sober or not sober? Sober?
Sober.
All right, Adam. Welcome to the program and the first time using a phone. You're going to rock a new hairstyle. Will it be a mohawk, a mullet, a bowl cut, or a rat tail?
Mohawk.
Mohawk it is.
Nice. Right on. All right, Adam, here's your question. What fruit comes in freestone and clingstone varieties? Freestone and clingstone.
What fruit?
What fruit, yes.
A banana.
I'll say a tomato.
Nope. I'll give you a hint. It's also the name of one of the dumbest songs we play on the station.
Peaches?
Peaches. Easy, Ted.
I was just going to start naming songs.
All right, your question. Hair and fingernails are made of what material? What material?
What material?
Mm-hmm. Any guesses?
I don't know on that one. Stump me.
Any guesses?
No.
Keratin.
Keratin.
Yep. All right, Adam, your question. What planet is known as the Morning Star?
The Morning Star.
Mm-hmm.
Uranus.
Venus.
Venus. That is correct. Actually, my anus is known as the morning star. I'm feeling a little freaky when I wake up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
It's a starfish.
Yes. All right, your question. What world? The morning star. We call that burping the morning star, Mike.
Oh, no.
All right, your question. What world famous cartoon character is known as Topolino in Italy? Little Topolino.
Topolino?
Topolino.
Topolino.
No. Cartoon character.
It's a cartoon character. World famous cartoon character. Everyone
Charlie Brown.
Pinocchio.
Mickey Mouse.
Oh, Mickey Mouse.
Mickey freaking Mouse. Topolino.
Topolino.
Question 4, Adam.
It's me, Topolino.
All right, your question. Who formulated the theory of evolution in his book, The Origin of Species? In fact, if you do something really stupid and hurt yourself, people will say you have earned this type of award.
Old Chucky.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. I think you like the Galapagos.
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 Hello, kids. I'm the Galapagos. From the
Darwin Award.
There you go.
There.
Nice job. Very good.
Yeah, Charles Darwin.
What now?
Those islands where there's a lot of animals.
Galapagos.
Galapagos.
What did you call it? Galapagos.
Galapagos.
It does sound like a weird animal from Sesame Street. I'm the Galapagos.
Mr. Galapagos.
Mr. Galapagos.
Oh, man. Stay away. I think she's a Galapagos.
The origin of many species.
I smell it.
Hello, Neil. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello, guys.
Neil, are you sober or not sober?
I stayed on hold long enough to transition, so let's go team not sober.
All right, Neil, welcome to the program.
Neil, you drinking or smoking?
Smoking.
Okay. Neil, you're going to rock a new hairstyle. You going mohawk, mullet, bowl cut, or rat tail?
Well, going off of a new hairstyle, I'm kind of rocking one now. I've had one in the past when I was a kid, so let's go with the good old mohawk.
Mohawk it is.
You said you're growing a mohawk now?
No.
No.
I have a version of the bowl cut.
You have a version of the bowl cut?
Yeah.
Did you lose a bet?
I described to my barber, take all my hair above the bowl, take the long hair of that, tuck it up under the bowl, and then shave everything below it. So I basically describe it as kind of a bowl.
I got you. Okay. You have a definitive line, although your hair falls below it.
Yes.
Okay.
I do have upper hair that is long.
Okay, so you're not completely ridiculous. All right, I appreciate that. All right, here is your question. What state is the setting for the Cleveland show?
I would have to give that Ohio. Wait, no. Yeah, Ohio?
Because you're thinking Cleveland, Ohio, which makes sense, but Cleveland, the character firm, was a Family Guy. His spinoff.
North Carolina?
Close.
Virginia?
Virginia.
Stoolbend, Virginia, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah.
All right, your question. What type of food is an haricot vert? It looks like it's spelled haricot vert, but haricot vert.
That kind of sounds like it would be a tomato.
Cookie?
Green bean.
Green beans.
Oh, green beans. It's like the long, fresh green beans.
Oh.
And again.
I like those.
Yes.
Green bean. Green bean.
Mike, DJ extraordinaire today.
I got you, man.
All right. What does a DNR order at a hospital stand for?
Do not resuscitate.
Very good. Very good. Game is Big W 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Steven. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola. Steven, sober or not sober?
Sober.
Steven, welcome to Big Dummy, our men's room poll. You get a new hairdo. You taking the mohawk, the mullet, the bowl cut, or the rat tail?
As a kid, I always wanted a mohawk. Let's do mohawk.
Mohawk it is.
All right.
Okay. Got to get a Circle Jerks t-shirt.
Mm-hmm. All right, Steven, here's your question. What country saw the 1979 to 1980 hostage crisis that ended when Ronald Reagan took his oath of office?
I don't know for sure. I'm going to guess Iran.
You guessed correct.
You nailed it, man.
All right,
job.
hang on.
Nice job.
Now, wait, we have Ted
Snow
Smith's
White.
work all week on this. Your true or false 50-50 question regarding Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. True or false? In the movie, when Snow White... Hello, Scott. Welcome to the men's room. Hello, Scott. Scott. All right, let's try the other Scott. Hello, Scott.
Hola.
Hola.
Scott, are you on Team Sober or Team Not Sober?
Team sober.
Scott, welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, what's your new hairstyle there? Mohawk, mullets, bowl cut, or rat tail?
I've had many mohawks. We'll take another one of those.
Mohawk. Okay.
You ever do a mohawk from ear to ear? You have the sideways mohawk?
No, I never looked like I had the sun coming out of the top of my head. Never played
yeah.
Jesus.
It lets people know that you're crazy.
Yeah.
It's just,
And that you know where to find meth.
right. Just want to give you a heads up. I'm nuts.
And high.
And high, actively.
Right? I'm already insane, but now I'm more insane.
All right. Your question. The character Tony Manero, played by John Travolta, was the main character in what 1977 movie?
What is that? Grease, probably.
Rhinestone Cowboy?
Saturday Night Fever.
Oh.
Yep. All right, your question. Jacob and Wilhelm were the first names of what literary brothers best known for collecting fairy tales?
That would be the Brothers Grimm.
Man, people are on fire today.
Now, what do you have to do? All right, so they're the Brothers Grimm, as opposed to the Grimm brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you have to do to establish that they put brothers before this? Because, like, Bee Gees,
You have to be black.
It was the Brothers Gibb. You think the Bee Gees and the Brothers Grimm were black?
Well, listen,
they were not.
They have some soul.
I can assure you.
Think about
they were not.
the Brothers Johnson.
Because we were like the Hill Brothers. It was never like the Brothers Hill. What do you have to do for that to happen?
It just sounds better.
It does, but like...
Smith Brothers Dairy.
Right, but if it was like the Brothers Smith, you're like, ooh, this is really fancy milk.
It's also a way you could introduce somebody. Brother Smith.
You could do that, yeah.
Don't you have to be religious?
I probably wouldn't do that.
You don't have to be religious. You just have to be black.
Brother Hill.
I mean, if you're black, you're just brother, right? Now, if you are white and religious, you too can be like, oh, this is Brother Smith. But if I said this is Brother Ted, they'd be like, all right, he works with the dice.
Because it's the Isley
Right.
Brothers. But it's the Brothers Johnson.
Right. So how do you go? I just want it to be called the Brothers Hill. Man.
And Miles, you're right. One of the priests at my school was Brother Pat.
Mm-hmm. Well, you have Sister Sledge. You don't have the Sledge sisters.
Right, exactly.
You have the Pointer Sisters, but you have Sister Sledge.
So why weren't they the Sister's Pointer?
I don't know.
That's a little confusing. Yes. Just saying. It just sounds cool. Hello, Travis. Welcome to the men's room. Hello. Hola.
Travis, are you sober or not sober?
Team sober.
All right, Travis, welcome to Big Dummy. What's your new hairstyle you're rocking there? Mohawk, mullets, bowl cut, or rat tail?
I think I'm going to have to go mullet. I'd rather have some hair. I'm tired of having no hair.
Okay.
Like, how bald are you? Like, super bald?
Well, my kids make fun of me. I got the horseshoe upstairs, and they want me to grow it out, but I keep shaving my head because I'm not wearing the horseshoe.
You'd rather have the horseshoe than just be bald?
No. That's what I'm saying. I continuously shave my head. I'm bald.
Okay. I'm right there with
I have
you.
the cul-de-sac. Sorry, not the horseshoe. The cul-de-sac upstairs.
Oh, the cul-de-sac. Yeah, I look like I'm rocking the Colts if I let my hair grow out. Are you a Colts fan? That's my hair, man.
Absolutely not.
All right, here's your question. What is currently the longest-running primetime TV show on ABC?
Oh, ABC.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't watch a lot of TV too much, but I'm sure it's probably ABC. Man, I don't know what shows are played on what channels.
That makes this question difficult.
It's a pretty popular show. You've heard of it.
You definitely heard of it.
I'm sure I have. I don't know. Days of Our Lives. Is that on ABC?
2020?
The Bachelor.
Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, damn. I thought it was The Bachelor for sure.
I was disappointed with Grey's Anatomy. I thought it was the same as the, mature tab on the porn, you know? So, yeah, we're calling the Grey's Anatomy. Oh, what is that? A hospital show.
Today we'll cover the feet.
Yes. On Grey's Anatomy. This old lady. All right. Your question, what is the longest primetime show on CBS?
This little piggy went to market.
Oh, we're going all TV shows. Great. Again, I don't watch too much TV. I'm sure it's something I've probably heard of before.
You've heard of it. I want to say it's the number one network primetime TV show pretty much every season that it's on. Ted, your mother.
Oh, yeah. Right. I got it.
Oh, man. No clue. Not a clue.
Not a clue. Yeah.
CSI?
Not even
NCIS.
NCIS.
So put it in perspective, Grey's Anatomy debuted in 2005, and then NCIS debuted in 2003. And they're still on the frickin' TV. They should do a crossover where all the naval guys end up having sex with the doctors in Grey's Anatomy.
Mm-hmm. That's much better. I was going to be like, yeah, they all got hurt. Now they're in the hospital.
Oh, no, this is pure sex. Pure sex. Get your head out of the violent gutter. All right, here's your question. What kind of stock market do you have when there's an extended period of rising stock prices?
An upward stock market? Positive?
Bull stock market.
Yeah, Tatanka.
Yep. Thank you, Ted. Tatanka, yes.
Toro.
Toro. Tatanka's a buffalo, right?
Yeah, I screwed that
But
up.
wouldn't he mean bison?
Yeah. They didn't know what they were talking about.
Ted would have corrected him. You call him Buffalo Tatanka. Yeah, well, that's a bison. Got a name for that?
Thanks, Whitey.
And Ted was scalped that day.
Yeah, right.
All right, here's your question. What dessert has a custard base and a burnt caramelized top?
Oh, so good.
Oh, I think that's my wife's favorite. That's probably, I don't know, creme brulee.
Yeah. Nice job.
By the way,
I thought that was flan.
always proofread what you read. I wrote, what dessert has a mustard base
And what else?
and a burnt caramelized top?
Trying to think what that could be.
Nothing
I
good.
don't think it exists.
Mike, you ever had creme brulee?
I don't know that I have.
You would
man.
know if
You would love
had.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, then I have not.
Here's
It's
the
so
beauty of
good.
creme brulee. All right, so you're at a restaurant because 9 times out of 10, actually for me, 10 times out of 10, that's where you're going to get it. You eat a big ass meal. You are full. The wife wants to get dessert. You go, man, I have no room. Yes, you do. Creme brulee fits.
Okay.
It's like the Tetris of foods. I'm telling you, it doesn't matter how full you are.
So what is the difference between that and flan? Because that sounded like what
Flan
that is.
one. Flan doesn't always seem to have like a complete burnt top.
Okay.
It always seems like in the middle. Flan is a lot like eggier and, you know, flan's always kind of shiny.
Gelatinous, yeah.
Yeah. Creme brulee is not particularly gelatinous.
Gotcha. All right.
All right. What the hell are we doing? Let's talk to Josh. Hello, Josh. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
You know what, Mike? I think you're right. I think basically the creme brulee just has that burnt top.
Is that the only difference you can see?
Yeah.
Same pudding.
I win.
Pudding.
Basically.
Would that be liquor pudding?
Yeah.
All right.
I hate that. I hate that term.
Well, liquor pudding.
Yes.
You know you'd buy it.
I'm so sorry I came up with that.
I went to Bevmo and bought some liquor pudding. Hello, Josh. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Josh, sober, not sober?
Sober.
Okay. Josh, our men's room poll. Rock a new hairstyle. Mohawk, mullet, bowl cut, or rat tail?
I've been going back and forth, but I think the mullet's where it's at. Do it for Dale.
Are you sure? Is the mullet really where it's at?
It is.
Okay. All right.
Where it's at.
All right, here's your question. What was the name of the Ford Mustang featured in the movie Gone in 60 Seconds?
Eleanor.
Oh,
One and done for Josh.
hang on.
Nice
We got a
work.
Snow White question for you.
Correct, true or false? Snow White question. When the dwarves sang the song Hi Ho, it was meant as a greeting to Snow White, who they thought was a whore.
I'm going to have to go with true on that.
That is correct,
Yeah.
Josh.
She's a well-known whore.
I think it said it to her face blatantly.
Straight up. She never did it. Hi ho, hi ho, and then they left for work. It's always the last thing they said to her.
Then they said bye ho.
Bye ho.
Then they went
bye ho. That's when she's feeling freaky. Hello, Juan. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, mi fellas.
Juan, are you sober or not sober?
I'm sober.
Welcome to the show, Juan. All right, what kind of hairstyle are you going to rock there? A mohawk, a mullet, a bowl cut, or a rat tail?
Mullet.
Mullet. All right.
All right, Mullet Man, here's your question. What Beatles song repeats the title and the lyrics 41 times?
Oh, man. Can't Buy Me Love?
Yellow Submarine?
Let it be.
Let it be.
Oh.
Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Hey, Paul, can we not do rhymes?
I can't write.
I can't write. This one.
I tell you what, Hey Jude is not too far off either.
But that's not the title. It's just da 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 da.
Hey Jude. That's basically the only lyric.
All right, your question. What type of crop does the Colorado beetle attack? Ooh.
Corn?
What was that?
Corn?
Wheat.
Potatoes.
Oh, no.
That's why they're constipated all the time.
Don't eat my potatoes.
Their descendants are from Ireland.
Oh, that's our little known fact about the Colorado beetle. Yeah. They're originally called the Dublin beetle. All right, your question.
You know what? I'd have that drink.
What, the Dublin beetle?
Yeah.
You know what? Like, don't even tell me what's in it, brother. Fired up.
Right.
Let's go.
All right, your question. Who was the U.S. president from 1953 to 1961?
Oh, man. Is it a funny, weird-looking white guy?
Well, that
That's
narrows
a
it
lot
down
of
to all
presidents.
but one.
That's 3 of the 4 members of this show.
Eisenhower.
All right. Very good.
Well done, man.
More of Big Debbie coming up. If you'd like to be a contestant, 206-803-ROCK.
Have you been in an accident that wasn't your fault? Feeling overwhelmed and unsure what to do next? Look no further. The personal injury attorneys at Phillips Law Firm are here to help. Phillips Law Firm understands that accidents can turn your life upside down. That's why they're dedicated to fighting for the compensation you deserve and to making the process as stress-free as possible. Don't wait any longer. Call now, 1-800-JUSTICE, or visit justiceforyou.com.
Julian Greeding here from Bellingham Ford Lincoln with some exciting news. The order banks have opened for the 2023 models and we have great deals for you. Ford F-150, Bronco Sport or Ranger, and we will lock in your price, lock in your 500 rebate, and lock in your interest rate at 2.9 for 60 months on approval of credit. Custom build the vehicle you want and don't worry about price increases or rate hikes. Come see us at Bellingham Ford Lincoln on 1820 James Street or at BellinghamFordLincoln.com.
Hey, it's Mike Hawk. Join me every Thursday at 1 p.m. exclusively on the Odyssey app as we go live with Odyssey. Join in on the action as we cover interesting facts, top 10 lists, and some fun new games. Follow the Men's Room page on the Odyssey app and join in all the fun Thursday afternoons at 1.
99.9 KISW. We return to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Game is Big Debbie, 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Willie. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Liquor pudding.
Hola. Hola. Willie, are you sober or not sober?
I'm a little not sober.
All right,
Just
Willie.
a little.
Welcome to Big Debbie. Our Men's Room poll.
A little puffin. Puffin.
We're going to rock a new hairstyle there, Willie. Will it be the mohawk, the mullet, the bowl cut, or the rat tail?
Have to throw back to the old days and bring back the mullet.
Mullet's coming back.
The mullet.
Nobody on the bowl cut or rat tail train so far.
Real quickly, have you guys seen the Dave Grohl movie?
The horror movie thing you did?
Yeah.
No, I have not seen it. Is it any good?
Brother, it is so fun. It is so funny. It's like a 2-hour long Foo Fighters music video.
All right.
But it's hilarious and it's great. And there's a cameo in it of somebody you mentioned earlier. I don't want to give nothing away, but you said somebody's name earlier, and there's a cameo from him in it.
I was hoping to be Dorothy Hamill, but you said a him. All right, yeah.
It's probably Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse, yes. Topolino.
Topolino. No cigar.
All right, Willie, here's your question. What southwestern state's name is derived from the Spanish words for snow-covered?
Tucson? No, you said state?
Yes.
Just Arizona? I don't know.
Southwestern state's name
comes from the Spanish words for snow-covered.
Nevada?
Nevada. They must have been in Tahoe or something. All right, your question, Willie. Sailors from years past suffered from scurvy due to a lack of what vitamin?
Vitamin C.
Vitamin C.
Nice job. I think we're coming up on Scram. Scurvy Awareness Month.
Oh, yeah, of course, man, it's huge. Because, I mean, the prevalence of scurvy everywhere.
Did not know that.
Yeah, I celebrated it last year.
Awareness Month. You know, we should do that. Let's just pick a month, right? Just randomly and say, hey, man, the men's room this November, it's Scurvy Awareness Month.
Sure, there's some young kid out there that we can pull the heartstrings of people on to give money for this child to hopefully get scurvy free.
Now, listen, man, we know you have polio, but tell people you have scurvy. All right? It's just a photo op.
All donations go directly to us.
Yes, because it's scam. Scurvy Awareness Month. Hello, Jeremy. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, gentlemen.
Hola.
Jeremy, sober or not sober?
Oh, definitely not sober.
Okay. All right, Jeremy, pick a new hairstyle. Mohawk, mullets, bowl cut, or rat tail?
Rocking the mullet right now.
You are. I'm shocked by that.
How deep is your mullet?
Shoulder length right now. I was in a contest with my grandson to see who could get the longest mullet.
Oh, the longest mullet. Sounds like a bad movie. All right. Here's your question. What nickname was given to baseball player Honus Wagner? It's the same as a legendary ghost ship.
Oh, you're making me look like an idiot now.
I have nothing to do with you looking like an idiot.
Well,
and
Honus Wagner played in the 20s,
yeah.
Jeremy. So
did the women's team just play them last night?
Yes.
I don't think he played in the 20s. I thought he played like the late 1800s.
Okay. Before that. I know he's a Pittsburgh Pirate.
Yeah, it's like the most famous baseball card in the world. I didn't know he had a nickname.
The most expensive, that's for sure. Yeah, he did. Any guesses there, Jeremy?
The Endeavor.
The Flying Dutchman.
Correct. The Flying Dutchman.
Better than the Titanic.
Yeah, no. There's a couple of baseball players that have earned that name. All right. Your question, multiple choice. Before signing with Nike, Michael Jordan originally wanted to work with what shoe company? Adidas, Puma, Converse, or Under Armour?
Adidas.
That's it. That is correct.
I threw it Under Armour. I just threw it in.
They weren't even there.
Because if you don't know, you don't know. By the way, he wanted to work with Adidas. Adidas turned him down. Do you know why?
I do not.
He's too short, Miles.
Oh.
They didn't feel, as a basketball player, he was going to make an impact on people wanting to buy a shoe because he's only 6'6".
That was not a good move.
Yeah, so Nike's like, cool.
And remember, after 2 or 3 years, he was going to leave Nike because the Jordans were so terrible to play in.
Right.
And then Nike at the time was coming up with Air Maxes and like little air bubbles in those. And they were like, let's put those in the Jordans too.
And it worked.
But you know what? Adidas, they did get Kanye. So.
Oh, yeah. No, he's not wrong.
Yeah,
they did.
Hey, look. He made that company a lot of money.
He did.
ton.
And the thing is, no one's mad at Adidas. You still Kanye's dumb enough that I don't think he has any impact on anyone's feelings about things around him.
Yeah.
Like Adidas, it ain't your fault, but we could have warned you. Hello, Tom. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola. Tom, are you on Team Sober or Team Not Sober?
I'm on Team Sober.
All right, Tom, welcome to Big Dummy. Our men's room poll. You're going to rock a new hairstyle. Will it be the mohawk, the mullet, the bowl cut, or the rat tail?
Probably the bowl cut.
Bowl cut.
The bowl cut.
Finally. Thanks, Tom.
Wow.
Oh, my pleasure.
I just don't think it's possible for anyone to look good in a bowl cut. And like you said, you can go back to the 60s where a lot of the bands had it. They all look stupid. Just every single one.
Yeah.
All right, here is your question. What city was our nation's capital during the first 2 years of George Washington's presidency?
I think New York City.
There you go. One and done, Tom.
Yeah.
Nice job.
Philly was after the first
That's
two.
right.
First 2 years in New York City, then to Philly for 6, I believe it was, and then they established D.C. But hey, this is a smart guy. Ted's going to test your knowledge now with your Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs true or false questions. Here is your question. Looking back historically, it was discovered that Sneezy was patient 0 for tuberculosis.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
So confident.
Well, there was also coffee.
Yeah, well, he died first.
Yep.
And it was
a caffeine overdose.
Just a quick side note.
Coffee. He had TB.
I know. About Snow White. So, like I said, I've watched, The Little Mermaid. Yep. And all I'd known about the movie, other than the fact that it's about a mermaid, was that the father was a bad guy. Because he didn't want his 16-year-old daughter, who was incapable of speaking, of moving away from home and marrying someone of a different species. My opinion, not a bad guy. Mm-hmm. That's kind of responsible parenting there. So Snow White, you go through the whole story, and essentially she bites into the poison apple, right? And that's when she just passes the hell out or whatever. Yep. The dwarves are devastated by this and believe she is dead. Yep. They think that the witch has killed her. Okay, just keep this in mind. They put her in the glass coffin and refuse to bury her because they can't bring themselves really to say goodbye. Yeah. So they stay out there and the animals watch over her because they truly love and adore her. And keep on, they think she's dead. Yeah. The prince shows up and is told she is dead. And he kisses her. Yeah. Now, I'm not saying the prince is a necrophiliac, but I'm not saying he's not. Yeah. You show up, you say, you see that woman over there? I go, yeah, she's dead. Hang on a minute, fellas. I'm going to go make out with her. I don't know, man. Maybe it's just me. That just seems a little weird.
Brought her back to life.
It'll work. It did bring her back to life, but still. Like,
so she wasn't dead.
That's gross. He got lucky. Now, but here's the thing. If you are a necrophiliac and you think she's dead, you kiss her and then she comes back to life, are you disappointed?
That's exactly
because your fantasy is that she's dead. Well, now she's alive. He's probably like, damn it, man. Mm-hmm. I have no interest in you in your living state.
I meant to do that.
Yeah. Am I stuck with her? Is this the we never ever... Because fellas, really, I was looking for a corpse, brother. I'm just saying.
Game is Big Dummy, 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Craig. Welcome to the men's room.
Yo, Yoda.
Hola. Craig, are you sober or not sober?
Sober, sir.
You're sober, Craig. Welcome to Big Dummy. All right. You're going to rock a new hairstyle. Mohawk, mullets, bowl cut, or rat tail?
How about a mohawk mullet?
Ooh, that's thinking. I like that. Just keep it going down the back. Let's call that like the horse tail or something.
That's right.
All right. Here's your question. Robert De Niro turned down the role in what movie that later went to Tom Hanks? Was it Philadelphia, Sleepless in Seattle, Castaway, or Big? So Robert De Niro turned down the role. So they ended up offering it to Tom Hanks second. Philadelphia, Sleepless in Seattle, Castaway, or Big?
My first thought was Castaway, so let's go with that.
Sleepless in Seattle?
And we're spinning.
Philadelphia.
And we're spinning.
Big?
Big. Let that sink in if you've seen the movie Big. Just keep in mind. They offered the role to De Niro. He turned it down. That's how Tom Hanks got it. I cannot picture that movie with Robert De Niro.
No. I love De Niro, but that would be weird.
I'm just saying, man. Keep in mind. That's the movie he turned down. You think even De Niro's like, I read the script. Are you effing kidding me? Have you never seen anything I've done?
You giving this to me?
You gave the script to me? You want me to play this little kid who's trapped in that body?
Well, I'm the only one here.
I don't freaking think so. All right, your question. What country is responsible for 38% of all alcohol consumption in the world? Let's play the numbers.
United States?
China.
Yeah, there's a lot of people there.
China.
1 billion Chinese drinking.
Yeah. Nobody drinks more alcohol than China.
I'll tell you what, China has some of the best beer in the world.
Best beer?
Best beer in the world.
Can you name Chang? Are they Chang?
Chang is Thai beer.
I think, yeah.
Is that Thai? Mm-hmm. Son of a bitch.
The number one selling beer in the world is a Chinese beer that's off of a German-Belgian recipe.
All right.
Supposedly fantastic. You've heard the name of it, but it's the number one selling beer in the world. I don't think it's exported to the United States.
Oh, really?
I think there's an embargo on it.
Sons of a bitch. Come on, man. Yeah. Embargo the right stuff.
I believe that's true.
Like broccoli.
I think it's like their Budweiser, but
I'm sure that's their claim to fame.
Yeah.
China's Budweiser. Mm-hmm. All right, your question. What band recorded the albums Regata de Blanc and Ghost in the Machine?
Backstreet Boys. I don't know.
That's close. It's the Police.
The Police. Known in Baltimore as the Popo.
So badly.
Yo, you going to the Popo concert tonight?
Knows what she wants to be.
All right, your question. What vehicle was driven by Speed Racer?
I never got into that show.
It sucked.
Weird.
It did not suck.
Yes, it did suck.
No, it did.
Car number 5. I don't know.
Yeah, you're close. Mach 5.
Mach 5.
Oh, okay.
He's the one who drove around with the monkey in the trunk, right?
Yeah. What was Racer X's car's name?
Jim. What was the name of his car?
Racer X, yes. What was his name of his car?
That was Speed Racer's secret brother, correct?
Who disappeared from home as a small child. Yeah.
Okay, yes. I knew there was something with that Racer X. On these hills, I don't know what the hell was the name of his car. I'm just saying, Racer X. I'd have written him a little different. I have news for you.
Do you know the answer, Ted?
I'm your long-lost brother. Although we are not related by blood, I am Racer X.
No matter who you are. Shooting star.
Shooting star. Shooting star.
I'm asking you. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you knew it. Yeah,
No,
Racer
wait,
X.
that is the name of it.
Yeah, Shooting Star.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to give you a hint. Singing the song.
Yeah, originally called Shining Star, but they maybe change it. All right, your question. What TV show had Russian spies Boris Badenov and Natasha Fatali?
Yeah. Rocky and Bullwinkle.
You got it. Nice job.
Technically, they said it was the Bullwinkle Show. I do not remember it being called the Bullwinkle Show.
It's Rocky and Bullwinkle, isn't it?
I thought it was always Rocky and Bullwinkle.
I always heard it was Rocky and Bullwinkle. Another De Niro movie, by the way.
What, Rocky and Bullwinkle? Oh, that's right. He played Boris, correct?
No, he played Fearless Leader.
Who played Boris?
Costanza.
Jason Alexander?
Yes.
And who played Natasha? Was it, who's the Angelica Houston or something like that?
That might be right. I forget.
Anytime you need a tall, mildly scary-looking broad who's kind of mean, it seems like Angelica Houston gets.
This is like an acting movie, like where actors.
Yeah, they made a live action.
Oh wow,
Rocky and Bull.
I missed that one.
I didn't see it, but
game is Big W 206-803-ROCK.
Renee Russo.
Renee Russo.
Yeah.
Okay. Hell out of here.
Oh my.
Guess who it is, Ted?
James.
Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bichola.
Hola. James, sober or not sober?
Not sober.
James, welcome to Big Dummy. On our men's room poll, you're going to rock a new hairstyle. You taking the mohawk, the mullet, the bowl cut, or the rat tail?
Well, let's do mullet all day, fellas.
Mullet.
Mullet. Mullet's doing surprisingly well.
Is this the beer guy?
This is not the beer guy.
All right. No, because he's not sober.
The other James is out there.
I guess I was just going to, if it was James the beer guy, I was going to be like, hey, do you ever stock Chinese beers?
And what the hell's the name of it? Because Miles has teased us and won't tell us.
Hey, it's Ting Hao.
Isn't it something Ling Ling or something?
What's that?
Or
There's
Ling Ling or something.
Yeah, there's like a Yaling, snow beer, and then I don't know how to
Come on, go for it, man. Come on, Ted. Don't cause an international. Ooh, Tistau.
Ooh.
What'd you say that, Miles?
Tsingtao.
Tsingtao.
Oh, Tsingtao.
I've had one of those. So apparently you can get Chinese beer in America.
But is that the one? Is that the big seller? The Tsingtao?
Tsingtao.
All right, James, here's your question. What university did Bill Gates drop out of to start his own company?
Harvard?
You got it. Nice job. Oh. One and done for James.
Oh, wait a minute. We got our Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs true or false question. This is our question for you. Grumpy was, quite simply, a douchebag.
That's obvious. True.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Hey, nothing wrong with him. He's just a mean dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he'd always be like, oh, I got depression and this and that. It's like, no, man, you're just a bad dude.
Take a pill and shut up.
Yeah. When's the last time you got some sun?
More of Big Dummy coming up. If you'd like to be a contestant, 206-803-ROCK.
99.9 KISW. The men's room returns with Miles and Thrill.
Head chef coming up. Ted's Meat and Potatoes has some cooking myths that maybe you shouldn't believe anymore. In the meantime, the game is Big Dummy, 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Wade. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola!
Hola! Wade, sober or not sober?
That's Team Sober, Miles.
All right, Wade, welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, our men's room poll. You're going to rock a new hairdo. Mohawk, mullets, bowl cut, or rat tail?
Oh, we're going mullet all the way.
Mullet it is.
Mullet's having a huge day.
It really is. Having a comeback.
All right, here is your question, Wade. What puzzle toy invented in Hungary was the best-selling toy in 1981?
The Slinky?
Puzzle toy, 1981. Puzzle toy.
In spite of how long it's been around.
The Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, I've never solved the puzzle.
Okay.
Ever. Not once.
That was huge.
I know, and people that are good at it, they just flex on you. They're always just messing with it.
Thing is, man, it took over like nothing else. Every single kid walking around school had a Rubik's Cube.
Yeah. And teachers were happy because they're actually using their brain.
There was one that had a pyramid that was a little bit easier
That
to
was
solve.
easy. I know it's easy because I did. I did that one in like a day.
I never solved that one.
With the pyramid?
Can't remember the name of it, but
then they had one called Links. Remember, it's like chain links in one piece. It was like a rectangle.
Yep.
That one was easy to do. Rubik's Cube, to this day, never solved it.
I was more of a, I'm going to watch the Slinky go down the stairs kind of guy.
That's kind of where I was at. My brother got a Rubik's Cube for Christmas. I thought it'd be cool. I tried it. It's like, back to the Slinkies.
Yeah, exactly. My brother would play with his Rubik's Cube. I was like, I'll be over the stairs with the Slinky.
I think about what both of them do, respectively. And then here we are.
Right.
All right. Here's your question. It's multiple choice. What mythical creature was born from the blood when Perseus chopped off Medusa's head? Was it a Cyclops, a Pegasus, the Phoenix, or the Minotaur?
Felix?
I'll say Minotaur.
The Phoenix, not Felix. No, believe it or not, that's the lovely, cute, sweet Pegasus.
Oh.
Born from the blood that drained out of Medusa's head when it was chopped off.
Thank God that head was chopped off, though.
Hell yeah.
Thing used to scare me as a kid.
What, Medusa?
Yes.
Well, that's the whole idea.
Mm-hmm. Oh, with the snakes and stuff?
Yeah, she'd scare your ass now.
I know. Problem is, it's kind of hot.
Well, they made that, I can't remember the commercials for, a couple of years ago. They had a hot Medusa.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, okay, well.
I'll have sex with a chick with snakes for her.
I just can't look her directly in the eye, and, based on that woman's figure, that'd be easy to do.
No, karaoke, we're good.
No, oh, God. Let one of the snakes do it. All right. Your question. In the 2001 movie, Dr. Dolittle, Ted, you wouldn't let that happen? If she's like, look, dude, this snake.
No.
He's got a mouth for days.
I don't mind. I could have sex with Medusa and her snake heads, but I couldn't have a snake touch me.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I'd have them everywhere, man. I'm like, there's a lot of mouths we can put to use here. All right. Ted, if you're going to be with Medusa, you need to be freaky. That is my thought.
I'm out.
In the 2001 movie, Dr. Dolittle, what type of animal was Archie?
A giraffe.
Llama?
A bear.
A bear.
Oddly enough, years go by, we saw the follow-up documentary, Cocaine Bear. Yeah. Well, see, he had access to all Dr. Doolittle's drugs, you know what I mean? He got strung out, Dr. Doolittle boots him out, next thing you know, Cocaine Bear. All right, your question. What is the name for the group of men who elect a pope? As a hint, not Stanford University.
Okay. Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I did?
As in it's not...
Diocese?
No, it's the College of Cardinals.
College of Cardinals. Oh. That's why I said not Stanford University.
I thought you were pulling us away from that answer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Question number 4, Wade.
Question number 4. What is the name of Bilbo Baggins' magical sword in The Hobbit?
Yes.
It's also the nickname, and the only name we know this person by, in a musical group.
Correct.
I've never even seen that movie. Let's go ahead and say Artemis.
Also a pro wrestler.
Artemis. Oh, yeah, Sting. He originally called it Stank, but his other Hobbit friends were like, come on, man, stop being immature.
When you get stabbed, it stings.
You sting guy.
This is Stank. I'll tell you what, I would not want to be stabbed with a sword named Stank. This is my stank cutter. All right, the original poop knife. Most people don't know it. All right, your question, in what country would you find Mount Everest?
What country?
What country?
India?
It's either China, Tibet, or you can also...
Nepal. Yep, it is in fact Nepal. Which is so close to nipple. It's like a fancy
restaurant. You can go up the Chinese side.
You can go up either side, yeah. But when you're there, it's Nepal. All right, what do the Las Vegas black dealers... Jesus. What do Las Vegas blackjack dealers stand on?
Black dealers.
A lift?
No. I mean, let me rephrase it.
Blackjack, as far as the
playing
game.
blackjack, right. So if...
I'm with them. I was like, they got a little stool back there?
So in other words, when they're showing
It's a number where they won't hit.
Correct.
So basically, it's the highest number
they'll go.
Oh, 17.
There you go. There you go.
A lift? Even when I wrote the question, I'm like, no, people understand.
Tom Cruise is a blackjack dealer?
Yes, indeed.
Game is Big Dummy, 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Matt. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola. Matt, are you on Team Sober or Team Not Sober?
Sober. I'm still working.
All right, Matt, welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, our men's room poll. You're going to rock a new hairstyle. Mohawk, mullets, bowl cut, or rat tail?
Well, I got a mullet now, so I guess I'll go with the mohawk.
Mohawk. All right.
Would you keep the mullet in the back if you went for a mohawk?
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
Are you doing that for you or your woman?
I did it as a joke at first, and then turned out my wife loved it. So I guess.
All right.
That is how so many things happen in a guy's life.
She loves it.
I did it to be funny. She likes it, and that's why I have a Hitler mustache. I mean, it's just like, if I'm going to get laid, that is why I look the way I look.
Only you, Michael Jordan.
I know, man. I think he did it just to flaunt.
Only you.
Like, bro, it's a bad look. I know.
I'm Michael Jordan.
I don't care.
I don't care. I'm rich. All right, your question. What U.S. city is named after St. Francis of Assisi?
St. Francis of what?
Assisi. A-S-S-I-S.
I've done their auction.
Ass is St. Francis of Assisi.
Cincinnati?
Francis? Ooh. San Francisco?
San Francisco. St. Frank.
Probably should have thought a little more on that one.
Well, yeah, Cincinnati. Seemed like an odd choice.
That's what I like about it. You just swung like, I'm throwing this bitch on the ball and see what sticks. Cincinnati.
Yeah, they sounded similar.
Okay, St. Francis of, Assisi, Cincinnati.
I always like St. Francis. He was cool with the animals.
What's his deal? Was he just an animal guy?
Yeah, that's his thing. He's like the patron saint of animals.
That's his thing. I like it.
Yeah.
Yo, St. Francis, what's your thing? Animals! That's exactly how that conversation went.
I like the lion.
Wow. I was going to say, Miles, remember.
And the squirrels and the chipmunks and the birdies in the sky.
When you grow up Catholic, there is a patron saint for everything.
Everything. There's patron saints for things like there's a patron saint of hangovers.
Is there a difference between a saint and a patron saint?
No, that just means that's their specialty.
Okay.
So a patron saint, like, this is specifically what your thing is.
Right, like if my mom lost something, we always had to say a prayer to maybe St. Anthony, because he was the patron saint of lost things.
Thanks, Anthony.
You think they ever want to switch up their major?
Yes!
Right. I don't want to be the saint of lost things anymore. I want to be the animals. I think that'd be cool.
I want to be the saint of found things. Like when people are happy.
Right.
Can you attach my name to something positive?
Come on, man.
It's like naming you like, hi, I'm Johnny AIDS. You may have heard of a disease named after.
Like, do you ever get to move up in that world?
I don't think so. I think once you get it, you're just stuck. Like that's your gig.
You're getting upgraded to lost luggage.
All right. They need a patron saint for that. Saint Cetaceus. All right. Here's your question, multiple choice. In which of the following marathons do runners cross two hemispheres? The London, the Boston, the Paris, or the Singapore?
They cross two hemispheres?
Correct.
I'm going to say Singapore. Take the low-hanging fruit.
London?
I'm sure it was wrong.
London, because they pass through the prime meridian at Greenwich, which divides the eastern and western hemispheres.
Yes.
But Singapore sounds a hell of a lot more exotic.
Exactly.
All right, question. Who was the only woman on Lewis and Clark's expedition to the American West?
Sacagawea.
You got it.
Correct.
She's got her own money.
And she went to, I guess she carried her infant baby with her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
The idea was, because Lewis and Clark, two white dudes, are going to head west. They know what they're getting into. So you have a native with you, which lets the other natives know, like, hey, man, we don't have a problem with you. And then she brought her kid along, so they looked considerably less threatening.
All right.
I don't like that she's like, yeah, I'll bring an infant on an expedition through the wilderness. Because I love my kid.
I thought maybe Lewis or Clark just started the expedition a little early.
Yeah. You think anyone hit that?
Yes.
Hey,
Mike was quick.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where's
Dude, they are traversing the nation.
Where is technically the end of that trail?
It's in Oregon.
Is it Seaside, Oregon?
Hang on.
I think it's close.
Where they finally finished.
I've stood at the end of that, like at a monument.
Where did they start?
I don't know.
Like what's
St. Louis?
Oh, what's St. Louis? Okay.
Yeah, St. Louis. Oh, shoot. No, they didn't even get to the coast in Oregon.
Where do they get to?
They just have a monument.
They're over in, like, Pendleton.
Oregon?
Hang on.
Oh, well, they get a good dog bed there.
See, I just sound. Look, this says end of the trail, Lewis and Clark statue. That's in Seaside.
All right.
The statue.
Yeah.
That's the map I got.
But what? Let me see.
So, yeah, they start in St. Louis, but they didn't even get to the Cascades.
But why did they stop there?
Because the Cascades are scary.
You think they saw the mountains were like, man, screw that.
Right. That's the end of the world right there.
Okay.
Dude, my bad. They started in Pittsburgh.
Oh, that's the Oregon Trail map. That doesn't mean that's where they ended.
Yeah, it says they ended near Astoria.
Well, fine.
Well, you binged it.
Yeah, I know. I should have Googled it.
Golly, what did you think was going to happen?
Mike just died.
Dysentery.
You just woke someone up in Redmond who'd been asleep for a decade. Oh my God, they used Bing.
Thank God.
The big alarm went off.
I'm back.
Somebody used it. By the way, Ted, with your Catholic background, someone says, who is the patron saint of diarrhea? I need to pray to them today.
Ooh. There's probably a patron saint of, like, stomach pain.
Mike, can you look that up? They're like patron saint for different things that happen with your body. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm the diarrhea guy. My parents aren't proud, but it's been a steady gig.
Ooh. Okay. Wow. List of the popular and not so well known saints to invoke for common ailments. So addictions, you get Saint Maximilian Kolbe.
Okay.
Arthritis, Saint Alphonsus Liguori. Patron saint of babies and infants. Patron saint of back pain, Saint Gemma Galgani.
Cool.
It's scoliosis.
Let's see here. I'm down the list here.
Saint Raphael's the patron saint of sickness.
All right, so hence I have to Ralph. Maybe that's where it is.
Dude.
All right, man. Hey, we're getting closer to your patron saint. Right now, it's what you said, Raphael. Pray to Raphael, buddy. Pray to Raphael.
No diarrhea.
No diarrhea.
They do have diabetes.
Oh, God.
Saint
Wilford Brimley.
Joseph Maria Escriva.
Yay. Hello, Tommy. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, Magellan.
Hola. Tommy, you're on team sober or team not sober?
Not sober.
All right, Tommy, welcome to Big Dummy.
Tommy.
All right, Tommy, what kind of haircut are you going to rock now? Going to do the mullet, the mohawk?
Here's the sad song. So my name was Tommy Hawk, and my hairline flew south forever.
Oh, man.
Tommy Hawk.
So if you go back, you want to go back with a mohawk?
I wish I could.
All right.
Here you go. The patron saint of cramps and abdominal pain, Saint Erasmus of Formai or Saint Elmo.
Oh, somebody already checked in. Erasmus. All right, there you go. So if you have diarrhea, it is patron saint Erasmus.
Have fun.
Should be Erasmus, but it's Erasmus.
Say hi for us.
All right, here's a question. In 2009, Chicago's famed Sears Tower was renamed the what?
Oh, God. The Twin Towers?
Tower of the Americas?
Nope. I'll give you a hint. What you talking about?
Willis
The Willis Tower, yes.
I'm not good with this kind of stuff.
Well, then you came to the right place on the right day. All right. Here's your question. What was the original brand of cereal whose mascot was Crazy Craving?
Crazy Craving. Was it with the bear?
Yeah, it involves, I believe so. I think so.
Honeycombs?
You got it.
Well done, man.
Damn, Tommy.
Did Honeycomb have a bear?
I believe so, yeah.
Because there's also what, Sugar?
I was thinking Sugar Smacks, but that's not a bear. That's something else.
No.
he is.
Is it? Who's the frog with?
Oh, wait, no. Sugar Smacks is the frog.
Sugar's something with the bear.
Something
right?
Crisp. Honey Crisp.
Honey Crisp is the bear?
The bear, yes.
The real smooth talking?
Oh,
shouldn't
my God.
Shouldn't that taste like an apple?
Yeah, Crazy Craving is like a bad acid trip.
Let me see. I don't know what he looks like.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, that was like the...
Jesus!
He looks like the Kraken mascot. Game is a Big Dummy 206-803 Rock.
Wow. Hello, Adam. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola. Adam, are you sober or not sober?
Sober.
Sober Adam, who really enjoyed his 12th birthday. Adam, rock a new hairstyle here. Mohawk, mullet, bowl cut, or rat tail?
We're going to go with a mullet, because I would love to be able to grow that much hair.
Okay.
What did you discover, Mike?
Fun thing about Crazy Craving over there is that the commercials, if you ate honeycomb, you turned into that.
That was
or
the
at least
idea.
if you smelled honeycomb around, you'd be like, me want honeycomb, and then you would turn into that thing.
If you don't know what he looks like, picture Gritty from Philadelphia, kind of make him brown.
Yeah.
That's about it. because I want to look like that. All right, here's your question. What Western TV show starring Steve McQueen shares its name with a Bon Jovi song?
Live and Let Live.
Dead or Alive?
Wanted, Dead or Alive. Where he walks the streets with a loaded 6-string on his back.
Yeah, but Van Halen did it first.
What's that?
DOA.
That's a great tune, man. All right, your question. What movie put Queen's 1976 hit Bohemian Rhapsody back on the charts in 1992?
Wayne's World.
Nice job.
You know the irony about that particular scene?
They wanted to cut it.
What's his face?
Mike Myers.
Mike Myers.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Myers absolutely hates. Sorry, like any movie, you film a ton of stuff, then when you edit it, a bunch of crap gets cut out. So he had told the director, hey, cut that scene out. It is stupid. It's pointless, blah, blah, blah. She said, I'm not going to do it. He said, look, I'm telling you to do it. So the movie premieres. She left the scene in. He was livid about it. He still has not spoken to her again since this day, in spite of the fact that it proved to be like this monumental, iconic moment in cinematic history. She's like, I'm telling you, people are going to like the scene based on who the characters are. That's why it works, because you guys are idiots, right? He's like, I want it out. She kept it in. He has not spoken to her since.
Well, and he's an idiot.
Yeah.
But that's where you just admit to being wrong.
He also wrote it.
He did.
So I could understand like his point of being like, if I say I don't want it in the movie, I don't want it in the movie.
I absolutely get it, but that's why you hire a director. You know what I mean? Directors get mad at editors, stars and writers get mad at directors. It all goes around, but if it works in the end, you go, the hell with it. Good enough, man. Hello, Michael. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, what's going on?
Hola. Michael, sober or not sober?
Soberish.
Okay. Michael, welcome.
Medication.
All right. Welcome to Big Dog.
Ah, okay.
Rock a new hairstyle there, Michael. Will be a mohawk, a mullet, a bowl cut, or a rat tail?
So I grew up in the 70s and 80s, so I'll say mullet, just a remembrance.
Ah, there you go.
Mullet it is.
All right there, Michael. Here's your question. Who wrote the book A Farewell to Arms? Which I thought was a book about amputees. I was absolutely devastated when I read that.
Sounds something Russian, so I'll go with Tolstoy.
I always argue that he is the most overrated.
Hemingway.
Yes, Hemingway.
Oh, well, yeah, I wouldn't know that anyway. He killed himself.
Ernest frickin' Hemingway.
Or that's what they want you to believe.
Yeah. This would be a different idea for the Ernest Hemingway lookalike competition. All right, here's your question. How many bones are in an adult human body?
Well, there's 52 in both of your feet, so I'll times that by 10 and say 520 minus 100 and say 420.
I like how you got
I like how you got the 420.
It's like 268 or something.
Nope.
406?
Nope. 206.
206.
Your
That was close.
Close. Hey, you did some math.
207 on date night.
You know what I'm saying? All right. Your question, what is the name of the lead actor in the current Dune movies?
I know it's Zendaya. I wouldn't know that dude's name for the life of me, so that's all I got.
Okay,
Zendaya.
fair enough. His name? Any guesses? Timothy Chalamet.
Sounds very fancy.
Chalamet, right. Timothy Chalamet.
It's actually Timothée.
Is it Timothée?
Timothée.
That explains it, all right? Because he spells his first name Timothee with an accent over. So what is it? Timothée? Timothée Chalamet. I want to say his name. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Timothée Chalamet.
And Jimmy.
And his sidekick, Doug. All right, your question. Where were U.S. coins with the letter S minted?
San Francisco.
You got it.
Well done, man.
There's three major mints, right? You got Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco.
I never realized San Francisco was one of them.
And if I'm not mistaken, a lot of San Francisco coins actually don't have an S on them. There's just nothing on them. So if you don't see a little P or a little D...
Oh, that's the giveaway.
Then, yeah, it's San Francisco.
I see a little D every day.
I took coin collecting in the Merit Badge.
Did you really?
I did. I have the coin collecting merit badge.
Right.
That's why I know that I am a numismatist.
That's right, numismatists. Hello, Patrick. Welcome to the men's room.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Patrick, are you sober or not sober?
I'd say I'm leaning towards not sober.
All right, Patrick, welcome to Big Dummy. What's your new hairdo? Mohawk, mullet, bowl cut, or rat tail?
Well, like that guy a couple callers back, I also cannot grow a full head of hair anymore, and I used to rock a mohawk, so I'll take me back, please.
All right, mohawk it is.
You know, that's the thing about going bald. It's not like you go bald on the sides first.
Mm-hmm.
Like in theory, you just grow a mohawk. Like instead, you get the George Jefferson. But if it went the other way, like, I'm 70 years old, that's why I just have a mohawk.
Got that pretty sweet cul-de-sac, though.
It's the cul-de-sac. All right, here's your question. Where on your face is the philtrum? The philtrum.
The philtrum?
The philtrum.
Oh, boy. I guess maybe in your nose?
That's your septum.
Close. It's the indentation between your nose and your upper lip.
Oh.
So you know when you get a runny nose? Yeah, the thing just funnels directly into your mouth. That's the philtrum.
Yeah. Gross.
What I've discovered, brother, is there is nothing in or on your body that does not have a name.
Yeah. It's probably a good lesson to learn.
Yeah, I mean...
I assume if you have like a cleft palate, you know what that word is.
I would guarantee you know about the philtrum, yeah. All right, your question, which TV show theme song starts with the words, "Come and knock on my door"?
Oh, man. This is before my time, but I used to watch a lot of Nick at Night. Is that Three's Company?
You got it.
Oh, yeah.
Nice job, Patrick. Very good.
I like that opening line. Like, it's not two separate things.
That's right.
Yes. Cooking myths you should not believe anymore, coming up with the head chef and Ted's Meat and Potatoes. You are listening to The Men's Room.
Have you been in an accident that wasn't your fault? Feeling overwhelmed and unsure what to do next? Look no further. The personal injury attorneys at Phillips Law Firm are here to help. Phillips Law Firm understands that accidents can turn your life upside down. That's why they're dedicated to fighting for the compensation you deserve and to making the process as stress-free as possible. Don't wait any longer. Call now, 1-800-JUSTICE, or visit justiceforyou.com.
When you think of health, where does your mind go? To the doctor's office? Or to your community, where you can join kids clubs and local events? At your grocery store, where an allowance makes it easier to eat healthy? Or on your street, where a ride is there to take you to the doctor? We're WellPoint, a health insurance company that knows that health isn't just one thing, it's everything. WellPoint, your whole health is our whole point.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. Thanks for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast. Want more? Check out the greatest podcast in all the land, the podcast. Be sure to subscribe and listen to a brand new episode every Tuesday night.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
And Chef's on the way with some cooking myths that you should not believe anymore. But first time for a few emails from the Men's Room at KISW.com.
Why do you smile so much?
All right, let's jump right into the birthdays. Ola Bacholas, I want to wish my beautiful little girl, Emma, a very happy 7th birthday. So proud of the amazing person that she is becoming. How about a fish sandwich montage and the captain explaining that the new Barbie movie is awesome. G rating, of course. Thanks, fellas. Love Mommy, Daddy, and little bro Braxton. That's from your local bartender, Bobby.
Fish sandwich.
So you know I got
I'll have a fish sandwich.
Oh, brother, can I have a fish sandwich? Put the cheese and the tartar on the side.
I'll order a fish sandwich.
Is it too early for a fish sandwich? Cheese and tartar on the side. Oh, yeah. I smell the fish sandwich. Maybe some relish.
Nice underbite.
In the morning, at noon, and at night.
I'll buy you a fish sandwich. So you don't want a fish sandwich?
Ooh, well, ahoy there. There's the Barbie movie, a fine movie about my dear friend, Barbara Roberts. Now, a little-known fact, the movie was originally supposed to star Mrs. Butterworth, but after a contract dispute, they rewrote the script and hired Barbie. Barbie and Miss Butterworth haven't spoken since. Little tense. Crunch parody.
All of us, guys, is my boyfriend Noel's birthday. He's been a long-time listener. How about Goofy? and Mickey, and the Dirty Germans with a birthday shout-out. That would be greatly appreciated. Have a good one, guys. That from the lovely Angela.
Well, gals, since it's your birthday and my girlfriend Annabelle's a little freaky, she's agreed to let you get down with little udders tonight.
Damn. She can party. He can party all year round, especially in December. His name's Noel. Old Mixter coached a kid named Noel once. He could mash.
Yeah, your name is Noel, so in honor of your name, I'm going to find you Noel Hoel.
Yes, in Germany, again, it's big with the Christmas decorations, and it's always a candle, so I'm going to drip wax all over your bald head.
Yeah, from his meat candle.
Oh, that is not wax.
Noel.
Light the torch.
Guys, my mom Jeanette's birthday. Excited that it has fallen on Big Dummy Day again. So please give us some wedding puke, a cat fart, and the green beans, as requested by my husband John. Thank you, guys. We love you. From her favorite daughter Kylie.
Oh my God.
Green beans. Green beans.
All right, guys, here you go. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you.
Ya's a Dirty Germans, brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefleisch.
Thank you, Bob. A couple extra emails. Let's see here. Old Men's Room, what got stuck? As you guys are talking about things getting stuck as I listen to your podcast on the Odyssey app.
The owner's face.
I'm laughing at the situation I found myself in when I was eating a salad. If this is not divine intervention, I'm not meant to eat healthy. A piece of lettuce, man. A piece of lettuce. It found its way into my esophagus and effectively created a new windpipe flap. Except let's call it a windpipe flap of doom. Fortunately, I was able to dislodge it just as a coworker was watching me and was a half second away from giving me the Heimlich maneuver. Salad traumatized me. That from Liesel.
Liesel, are you sure your coworker was about to spring into action, or did they just say, yeah, I was about to spring into action?
Lost Liesel today.
Yeah.
Choking on some lettuce.
Subject is F hemorrhoids. Hola, guys. I'm listening to your episode on the Odyssey app from a few weeks back.
On the Odyssey app?
Yeah, what's wrong with you? I'm a woman, and it is rare we talk about poo, hemorrhoids, farts. I appreciate it, though. So literal, I have a SE butt. Problem is, I'm 8.5 months pregnant.
Ooh.
That alone sucks ass at this point. I have hemorrhoids for the first time ever. By the way, I've been listening to you guys talk about your butt issues for years. I can finally relate.
Aren't you glad?
F hemorrhoids. Thanks for making life funny. That from Ginger B. Couple more.
Damn, pregnant, 8.5 months pregnant, and you got hemorrhoids?
Mm-hmm.
Are you single?
That sounds miserable.
Baby. What did I catch?
Yeah, that's a specific one.
Guys, I moved to Harriman, Tennessee last month, and I'm still trying to adjust to the time zone, catching up on the show on the Odyssey app. In college, I was leaving the lecture hall on the Odyssey app and headed to my car. Right when I was about to open my car door, I felt a burning sensation shooting up my right arm. Rolled up my sleeve and noticed a wasp on my arm. That little bastard bit me on the forearm. When I came home, I tried to treat it with an over-the-counter medicine called Afterbite. The stinging sensation would not go away. My arm then started to swell. The swelling started from my wrist almost up to my elbow. Went to the doctor, found out that I had contracted cellulitis. Had to take a whole pill bottle of antibiotics to treat it. Took almost a week for the swelling to go away. I have a small scar from the bite on the back of my wrist. That from Lydia. And one more. Topic, what did you hit? Gentlemen, constantly catching up on the podcast on the Odyssey app. Going back to the subject of what did you hit? I was actually the one that got hit. I was a personal trainer in Seattle. We had to move our cars in the garage every 2 hours to avoid a ticket. I ran out in between clients, which gave me about 3 to 5 minutes to move my car. While running through the garage, I came around a corner, and there was an older style Honda Accord, the type with a long front end, low to the ground. I instinctively leapt in the air and cleared the entire hood, except for my back foot. He hit the brakes, clipped my foot, threw me off balance a little, but I landed on my feet, turned around and realized it was one of the employees of the bakery next to the gym. I gave him a quick thumbs up, and he laughed, and we went on about our day. Rock on, bitches. All right, coming up, we'll drink and toast with the shot of the day, but first...
Time to open wide and sample Ted's meats and potatoes. Now, here's your host, head chef of the men's room, the Ted Nugent.
Head chef and a half.
Thank you, folks. Thank you. Shout out to sous chef Mike Hawk on this one. Also, will you clean the goddamn grease trap already?
Sorry.
All right.
That ain't grease. It's not grease, it's slither.
Right. So these are 10 silly cooking myths you don't need to believe anymore.
Now, they say it's one thing to write an article and use that title and say they're silly. When you read through these, did you think they were silly? Or were you like, I did not know this?
A lot of them I do, and there's no reason to keep doing them.
Okay. All right.
Number 1, searing meats locks in the juices. Searing meat does not lock in the juices. It can create a powerful, flavorful crust. It actually causes moisture to evaporate from the meat. To keep it moist, just let it rest before slicing.
Let it rest, man.
Yes, that's the big one. But yeah, like...
Let it rest. Didn't you write a song like that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, the juices fall down her eye.
Yes, when juices fall down her eye. Yeah.
Now, this one... Look, I did it for years. I only stopped doing this probably this year.
Okay.
Chicken. You don't need to rinse it off before you start cooking it.
No, because you're going to cook it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I used to be guilty of that, but I don't do it anymore. Just based on the fact that we've heard that a few times.
But also,
and that's the thing.
If it is like salmonella and all that, you're basically just splashing it around in your own sink.
Basically, what they say is pat it down with a paper towel.
Yeah, then cook that bitch.
Mm-hmm. You're exactly right. Any bacteria present in the chicken will be killed during the cooking process. And when you wash them down, you're basically just spreading that stuff because it's going to splash around.
That is precisely it.
Yep. And trust me, I was super guilty of that one. It's like I got chicken stuff everywhere.
I only learned that from one of the restaurants I was working in, and we got a lot of chicken in, and everyone would start washing it, and we got a different head cook who's like, stop doing that. And he explained it to us. He's like, now you've contaminated that whole area. He's like, guys, we're going to cook it. Crap dies. I'm like, I never thought about it.
These are some myths, cooking myths you can stop believing in. You should always use a wooden spoon when cooking. It says, look, wooden spoons are great for many tasks, but there's no right type of spoon to use when cooking. Use whatever spoon feels comfortable and works best for you.
Well, that is how I operate.
The only thing you want to make sure is you don't use anything metal if you have a Teflon vessel.
Yeah.
That's all. That's the only rule.
But it doesn't help you cook. That's to protect your pan.
Correct.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it has nothing to do with the cooking process, but yeah, depending on the pan you're using, you might pick that.
Might want to use the right.
Right. Like I have like 2 different spatulas, right? Mm-hmm. I probably have 3, but like there's 2 I use the most. One of them I use like just for like browning meat and stuff, just because it's a little stiffer. And then I have like a flimsier one that I use when I make eggs.
Yep.
Do you have any rubber spatulas?
Do you have an egg pan?
They are rubber spatulas.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
metal?
No. So it can be made of rubber, but a rubber spatula, it's the one that kind of looks like, hold on, let me just try to draw this thing. The one that kind of looks like that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That looks like more of something you would stir batter with.
You stir batter with it, and it's fancy. So the rubber spatulas, and I'm telling you, to me, it's just one of the greatest things in the kitchen where, like I said, if it's batter or you're just trying to get the last bit of something that's stuck to a bowl, these things work wonders, right? You get to the bottom of your sour cream if you don't have the squeeze bottle.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a pain, and you use a butter knife and all. Man, these rubber spatulas, whatever's left in there, it scoops it out.
You know when Steve brought all his pots and pans in because he couldn't use those on his new kitchen because they're magnetic?
Yeah, what is it called? What the kind of induction? Yeah, induction.
All right. So I stole the egg pan.
Oh, nice.
Man, oh, man. You don't need a spatula. It's a quick flip. Like,
I never used that egg pan that one time.
I've used it probably 25 times.
And do you know why? Now I'm thinking about why did I never? Just because of the kids. So if we did eggs,
you're doing it for
almost a nest time.
It's almost
there's
like
a lot of eggs.
This is a single omelet station type of thing.
Exactly.
So you're only making it for one person.
You stole that one?
Yes.
I brought them in for Mike. I'm just saying. You kind of stole from Mike.
I took 2 pans.
You took 2?
I took that in the bigger pan, probably 12-incher.
Do you have an egg pan, Mike?
No. He called me last weekend. I had to emergency drive to Tacoma.
Just give him an egg pan.
Yeah.
Thanks, Miles.
Right. Actually, there were
Great job, Miles.
There were 2 egg pans in there. I took one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Liar. No, I'm dead serious.
Salt in the pasta.
Take them both.
Salt in your pasta water will make it cook faster.
Well, the myth is that it'll make it cook faster. I like salt in my water just based on the taste.
It doesn't make it cook faster. If anything, it might make it cook a little bit slower.
No,
but you're right. If you salt your pasta just because you
the taste of it.
Yeah, knock yourself
Go
out.
ahead.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a giant deal at Olive Garden. Remember, a couple of years ago, they stopped salting their pasta, and people were like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Did people notice?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. So they didn't announce that they stopped
Everything
going.
in a restaurant has tons of salt, so once you pull it out, it starts to taste bad.
That's amazing, man. I didn't think people would notice.
You should always cook with olive oil. Another myth. It says, look, olive oil is great. It's great cooking oil, but it's not the best choice for all tasks.
That's really
It
not.
has a low smoke point and can burn at high temperatures. Other oils, such as canola, vegetable oil, for high heat cooking.
Canola is probably the best for that. I love the taste of sesame oil, but cooking with it, its flash point is so low.
Correct.
That
Both
it turns
those
to
are
burn.
they can be used in salad dressings, all types of other things where you finish and flash, but they don't necessarily need to be cooked.
Yeah. Again, these are some myths you can stop believing. Only flip your steak once. Flipping your steak multiple times actually can result in a more even cooking. The key is to flip this steak when the first side is nicely browned.
I agree. But I'm so happy to hear that.
Yeah,
because I was a traditionalist. You know, like, all right, you got to do this way and that. And I was like, I was constantly flipping my steak.
Yeah.
Yeah, just as long as you get a little sear on the bottom of that, then you can start flipping.
Because if not, like sometimes the medium rare part is on the bottom, or
Right, instead of being even.
Yeah. So I'm trying to make it in the middle.
I think people you run with a lot of myths because that's what you were told, but then you realize no one ever explained why. So you have to, hey man, just flip it one time. If you go, why? No one has an answer for you.
Yeah, I would also say too, like if you might, I'm sure you have a regular sized grill or whatever, but if you have one of those little hibachis, like camping grills or tailgating grills, those things don't have temperature controls. So they actually get real hot real quick. Mm-hmm. So it's pretty good if you just have like one or two steaks.
That was the unit you had at your last place, that little one
yeah.
you put on the back.
It was great for cooking steaks. So it got that hot.
And hamburgers.
Right, but I mean hamburgers you cook, I'm just saying that gets much hotter than a regular grill would.
Right.
And you can get it good medium rare. Let your meat come to room temperature before cooking.
So that's a myth.
Yeah.
So you could have it cold.
Yeah.
Because I always heard rest, then rest. So rest at the beginning, rest at the end.
I think it depends what you're going to do with your steak. If it's something you're going to marinate, you might let it come up to room temperature only because the pores in the meat itself will open a little bit and you absorb more of the...
okay.
But if you're not marinating, like if you're doing a dry rub on or something like that, it doesn't matter.
You're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're saying, look, if you pull it straight from the fridge, it's obviously going to take a little longer to cook.
A little.
I mean, I'm with you. I still, if I'm going to cook steak, pull it out.
I just do anyway.
Yeah. So, plus it just looks cool. People walk by like, what are you doing over there? Like, well, I'm about to cook a steak.
And my dog's like, as soon as you walk outside, I'm about to eat it.
You should always preheat your baking sheet.
The sheet, really?
Baking, depending, no, I would say it's okay to use a Pyrex pan if you have some oil in the bottom just to get the oil hot. So if you're making like a chicken breast that's breaded or something that the oil needs to be hot before you put it in.
Well, this is just the baking sheet itself.
Right, the sheet itself.
So the myth is you always got to preheat it. It says, like, you can preheat it if you want a crispier crust, but it's not necessary. Foods that need to cook quickly, like vegetables, you can just skip the preheating part.
Yeah, I've never even heard that one.
Either have I.
And I'm glad I haven't, because I'd be pissed if I'm like, man, I've been preheating like a frickin' cookie sheet.
Well, you preheat the oven. I've never heard of anybody being like, now, I've done it before, as I forgot I left a sheet in there.
Did that with some bacon the other night.
Yeah. Let's see. You should let your pasta sit in the sauce for a few minutes before serving. Letting your pasta sit in sauce can cause it to become mushy and lose its texture. Instead, serve the pasta immediately after mixing it with the sauce.
You can if you cook the pasta the whole way through.
Yeah.
If you cook it halfway through, then the sauce will absorb in the pasta and you'll still have a good sauce pasta consistency. You just have to pull the noodles fast. So most restaurants, as you know, Steve.
Yeah, you do it al dente.
Yeah, you do. So it's really, really still kind of not cooked. Then you just add that to, if you're doing fettuccine, if you had to do a marinara, then you toss in a pan.
All right. And the last one, number 10 on the list of cooking myths you don't have to follow. I feel like somebody in this room probably does this. The myth, you should rinse your mushrooms before cooking them.
That's me. That's me. I'm rinsing the dirt off, dude.
But if you rinse them, they can actually become waterlogged and lose their flavor. Instead, wipe them clean with a damp cloth or a paper towel.
Yeah, all right.
And don't eat
weird ones.
If your internal alarm says, boy, that particular mushroom looks weird with its brethren, don't eat that one.
Don't think when I made that Marcello last night, I didn't go through every mushroom with a comb. With a fine tooth. Just picking them up, looking in the light. Like, will this one that killed me this time? Thank you, Head Chef. We appreciate it. Shot of the Day's coming up. You are listening to The Men's Room.
99.9 KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Our couple of minutes will drink a toast for the shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way at 5:50. But first, a quick check out with Mike Hogg. Some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
All right, non-alcoholic wine has been shown to improve the skin of middle-aged women.
So grape juice.
But
you're right.
Wouldn't that kind of be non-alcoholic?
Isn't that pretty much what that is?
Yes. Grape juice.
So drink grape juice. So what he said makes their skin look better?
It improves their skin, yes.
It improves their... Whatever.
So ladies, just fill up a bathtub full of grape juice. I would go Welch's myself, but...
Name another one.
Oh, you're saying not to drink it, but to use it as
I have no idea.
a topical.
I'm guessing that you drink it.
All right.
I'm just... As long as we're calling non-alcoholic... As long as we're calling grape juice non-alcoholic wine, like, go ahead, just take a bath in it, whatever.
There you go.
85% of people say they have an innie belly button. You guys have innies?
Yeah. All right. Mm-hmm. Mine's about equal.
I would have to lose the gut to even have a chance at the other.
Yeah, same.
That makes it more innie.
Mm-hmm. It does. It accentuates the in.
But some people just have outies. It doesn't do anything with their size.
Right. Oh, no, yeah, for sure.
You guys seen that guy online that can basically like pull his belly button out?
Ew, no. And I don't want to.
Well, the doctor messed you up at birth.
Oh, it's just where you cut the cord?
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So how does that work? Like, did they like cut inside there for a second?
Cut either to...
No, I think
cut
it's
closer, it's an innie, isn't it?
No, because remember, when you cut the cord, they still have that gross little nub.
It falls off.
Right. So it doesn't matter what distances you cut.
Okay. All right.
Right?
That makes sense.
It's what happens under that scar black nub.
Sure.
And you just don't know. And then one day it pops off when you're changing the diaper, and while you don't scream, all you can think to yourself is, I love my kid, but this is effing disgusting.
That's really gross.
It's grosser than anytime they poop, anytime they bleed, anytime they puke.
That's the worst thing?
Dude, I'm telling you, look, you know you're going to wipe your kid's ass.
Sure.
But you wipe your own ass. It's understood what's happening there.
Sure.
One thing that none of us can remember is watching the scarred up, gross black scab that's been where your belly button's going to be. And it just kind of falls off one day, dude. I can't explain how gross it is.
I was alarmed the first time right, because I just didn't realize that's what it looked like. Sure. And then, one of my buddies, they had a newborn. I was like, what is that?
Are they okay?
Yeah.
It is so gross.
44% of teenagers are likely to use AI to do their homework. I'm not shocked.
44%? Well, 44. Sure. I mean, look, man,
admit it.
I know a lot of people get upset about it, but like when calculators are introduced, guess what happened?
Right.
I mean,
your abacus had to go away.
Thanks to spell check and all the rest of that crap. Whatever your English teacher's telling you, with the exception of 2% of the students, they're relying on that.
Correct.
They don't remember what you told them to spell.
And the math teachers were wrong.
They were.
I walk around every day with a calculator.
Straight up.
Right. You're not going to have a calculator on it. Well, we got a phone. We got everything.
Yeah, I got a small computer in my pocket, Grandma.
I know the temperature. I can do math. I know how many freaking steps I took, for God's sake.
And there's only so much end of the worlding that we can sit here and do where, one day, maybe that thing in your pocket's going to go down. Maybe. But at that point, I don't care what, 48 times 12 is.
Right. That really does not come up in a general day.
Correct.
It just doesn't.
And the same thing with AI. Look, I'm scared of it. It's going to take a lot of different jobs, but that's where things are going. It's going to start. It's going to find its niche in a lot of different spots.
You're right. The problem is people keep blaming AI. It's like AI is not going to take your job. Whoever runs your company is going to find a way to save money, and they are the ones that'll replace you, not AI.
Correct. Right.
It's not like AI is going to call you, I'm taking your job tomorrow. Like, no. Your bosses or whoever is in power, they make the decision.
Correct. They're going to save money using it.
It still comes down to humanity.
Right.
It is not AI.
So, yeah, if they're finding ways to utilize it, that's where things are going to go. So that's where the future of working is going to go, too.
Yeah, no doubt.
So... We spend $151 on impulse purchases every month on average.
Every month?
How much? Every month, $151.
Yeah, I'll buy stuff. It might be impulse, but I buy it because I need it. And I just go,
I need
quite
an impulse.
Then that's not an impulse.
All right.
Right. It's like you're like buying something
impulse
at
is
the counter.
You do not need this. You don't need the Twix bar and the TV guide. You just don't. Unfortunately, and I did not know this at the time, but in my late teens, early 20s, I did not need those boxes of condoms. Now, I did not know that was going to be the case.
But you were ready.
They were definitively an impulse buy.
As soon as you throw them away, then the rain will start to fall.
It happened to me once, and I remember running into a 7-Eleven. This is in Baltimore, because I knew it was going to go down. We knew we were going to do the safe sex thing. I walk in, and there's like 4 guys in the 7-Eleven, but they all know each other, so they're talking to the cashier. So oh, no, man. What do you need? And, of course, they're behind the counter, so it's like, I need the 3-pack. It's like, 3-pack? Someone's having a good night. So I looked him in the eye and said, yeah, you're exactly right.
You nailed it.
I don't need the bottle. This is for tonight.
Exactly. There's a handful of things that we encounter in our lives and we experience in our lives that, for whatever reason, we just don't ever talk about. Maybe we're ashamed of it. Maybe we're not. But there's those experiences. Let's get into it.
The Men's Room Top 10. The Men's Room Top 10. 10 things we all do, but pretend that we don't. And are we ashamed of it? Well, this one fits this topic perfectly today. I should have done this stupid intro for Mike hours ago, but I procrastinated until about 10 minutes ago.
That's a fact.
Do I feel guilty about waiting so long? What do you think?
Not in the slightest. And to tell you, I followed suit with that procrastination because that is on the list as procrastination. That wasn't actually in the system. That was just straight off of my computer.
And, to be fair, man, we need to cut VD a little slack today. Most people don't know this. My man gets to work, and when I say early, I mean like he's here like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning.
Roosters wake up to him crowing.
Yeah, they wait for VD to scream, and then the roosters go, okay, it's time. His belt broke today.
Oh, no.
But it broke at work instead of at home. So currently he's keeping his pants up with a, what do you call it, lightning cord?
That's what I call mine, too.
Yes. Something like you plug your computer into the wall. That is his belt today. And it brings me immense joy to see him suffering through the annoyance of your pants being just a little too loose.
He also uses things to their breaking point, so I'm not shocked. Because, you know what, he buys good stuff, so he'll use it until it's dead, man. So
he's not cheap, but if you met him today, you'd think he is, because it's like, oh, you don't wear a belt, man? Seriously, use a charger?
He goes home and dunks his shirts in water so he doesn't have to waste, money on the washing machine. Wears them for the week tip.
Yep.
So these are things that we all do but pretend that we don't. Panic cleaning shows up on the list. Basically, you get that call from a friend or even worse, a family member like, hey, we're on our way. Shoot. And then you grab the broom, you grab the dustpan, you just start sweeping everything under the rug. You
Not
throw all
only
the stuff
do I admit it, I openly admit that. Because, look, you know how people live when you just live. And your place is not immaculate. But the real telltale sign is, it's one thing to walk into someone's house and it looks clean. You don't know that they panic clean. You walk into their house and it smells like Lysol wipes.
Oh, yeah.
And, the powdery
candles
stuff.
And oil.
You're like, okay, homie just cleaned this joint about an hour ago.
They usually have their bedroom door open, but now it is shut and locked.
Right. That's the telltale sign, right?
Oh, no, we put the dog in the spare room. Don't go in there. He's barking like crazy. Reading a message, but pretending that you didn't. Yeah.
What, I have
like
a
text message? Correct. Text message, maybe it's a Facebook message, a Snapchat, something like that.
I actually took it off my phone where a lot of times, depending who you're texting, I have certain people I can text, and I know they've read it. Yeah. Because it says read, and then they gave the time.
Correct.
Yeah, I got rid of that on my phone. I will get back to you, but if you know I read it 4 hours ago, and I'm just getting back to you now, I can't lie.
Right.
I got to change that on my phone.
Dude, seriously, take it off. Because it's just one of those things where it's not even like you're trying to be disrespectful. You get a text that's not very important, but you should get back to them.
Right.
And you get that at 6 p.m. But I get back to them at 9:30 p.m. But before I realized that thing was on my phone, they're like, bro, I sent it at 6. You read it at 6:07. Like, yeah.
You might have been in a movie.
There you go.
Or doing something like not looking at your phone.
Well, then why'd you look at your phone? It says that you read it.
Well, when you pick it up, you realize that,
I have found the hack that if you can look at your notification without actually getting into the app, you can sometimes read the message without actually having it being on read. My family thinks that my phone is just laying around at all times of the day. No, I read everything at that moment. No, I get all your phone calls when they come in.
Sometimes I do. I mean, that's the thing too. Like sometimes on like a Sunday or something, like I might like if everybody isn't watching like a Seahawks game, it's just a random lazy Sunday. Like I'll read your text, and then I'll probably just throw my phone back on the table.
I'm not ready to talk to you yet.
Football Sundays, I'm most apt actually to read your text.
Correct.
Because Mike and I, every Sunday during NFL football season, regarding the Ravens, regarding the Seahawks, right?
Because they don't usually play at the same time.
But right, so you got like 6 hours of us going back and forth. But then I want to like when they play each other or closer to the playoffs.
Oh yeah,
where it's like, hey, man, you need San Francisco to lose this game. Like, God damn it, I know.
Exactly. Don't worry, man. I got your back on this one.
Oh, yeah.
XFL season, we were texting back and forth all the doggone time, man. Oh, yeah. We're couch coaches over here.
We are.
Winning fake arguments. I am fully guilty of this one. I have so many conversations with people that they don't realize that we have had 9 times. You just weren't here for it.
Right.
Like, I have run over every scenario in my head as to what you're going to say, and I'm still flabbergasted. That's why I hate when it's, come on down to my office and have a conversation, because I am not ready for you at all. I do not know what's coming at me. I will freeze up, and I'm going to freak out, and I'm going to look like a bad employee. Like, give me a second, let me know what I'm in trouble for so that I can get my explanation up there and I'm not flabbergasted.
My problem is, man, 9 times out of 10 that I'm calling to the office, like, I already know why you're calling me down there. I'm not going to admit that when I get in there. Like, if I'm in trouble, I know why I'm in trouble.
Oh, it's the ones where you don't know that suck.
Exactly.
Like, you're honestly innocent. Like, you have no idea.
Right.
Steve and I got pulled into the office one day, and one of our bosses put 2 bottles of liquor on the counter. And he said, are these yours?
Now, keep in mind, he'd already been screaming.
Now.
He'd already been screaming, so he finished the screaming.
Honestly, we looked, and we were like, no.
I don't drink that ass.
No, dude, give us a little bit of credit here. So I picked up one of the bottles just to see what it was. And I'm looking at him like, who in the F would drink this? I could not figure it out from our employees.
Sure.
But the bottom line was, and rightfully so, he was not wrong in his assessment of who it could be.
The track record indicates.
Correct, yes. You are headed in the right direction. Right. Unfortunately, this one time, maybe one time.
We even told him, now keep in mind, we were getting, screamed at. It was bad, right?
Oh, yeah.
But he finished with that. So, and we didn't do this on purpose, but it ended up destroying the entire meeting. Because, and like Miles said, rightfully, you should accuse us first, right? But when he put it up, we're both like, bro, I deserve more respect than to think that I
wouldn't drink that
would
crap.
drink that S water.
Don't get me wrong, boss.
Up.
I'll drink mouthwash.
Right.
I'll drink sherry. But
we're not drinking that.
In this instance,
I am not spending my hard-earned money on this track.
I am happily not the guilty party. And this was not on me. You're right.
Do you even remember what it was?
Your detective.
It was something kind of orange.
It was like lavender vodka.
Oh my God.
Something weird. And then there was another bottle of something else, and they found it underneath the cabinet.
It was the broadcast stash, wasn't it?
But it was not in this area. It was down there.
Yeah, it was somewhere else.
But they assumed that we were hiding stuff down in the sales area. Like, dude,
right?
We're not going to hide stuff in the sales area.
We left offended. I'm not even kidding, man. Like, we were getting screamed at. But when we left, we're like, man, F him.
Dude, it's been Jack Daniels. Come on, a bit tequila.
I think I would drink that.
It was just saved
kiss
over
my ass with that BS.
I think he believed us after that.
Oh, he believed us.
It was just
He's so mad at us.
But you're not wrong in your assessment.
No, completely.
Looking up words shows up on the list. Again, these are the things that we all do but pretend that we don't. Looking up words, basically, you hear somebody say something in a conversation and you agree, oh, yeah, absolutely. It was pedantic. What the hell does pedantic mean?
You know what? I will ask what the word is. What does that mean? I have not heard. Like, I'm open to my stupidity. I have no problem saying, I don't know what that means. I think that's okay. Like, teach me a word, then.
I tend to be a little too much of a hype man in a conversation that I'll talk somebody up and I'll agree with them. Like, yeah, you're damn right. And then I go educate myself quietly.
Yeah.
Oh, he just said this.
No, I don't think I'm with Miles. I think it's actually a sign of
intelligence.
You're wanting to know. I'll just, like, if somebody says something, I'll just be, hey, hang on, I don't know what that means.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I just don't know.
How many times have you called somebody out and they didn't even know what it meant?
Oh, that happens more than you think.
I guess it's, yeah.
Right?
I don't know. Generally,
actually, you know what?
Actually, I had it last night with my buddy. We were having a drink, and I said something, and he's like, you're using that incorrectly. And then he used it, and then somebody else was like, I think you're both using that word incorrectly.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We were like, damn. All right.
Oh, damn it. Oh, let's see here. Hovering near people at a grocery store. So have you ever had that moment where you need something in the grocery store, you go down the aisle, and there's somebody standing right there in front of the Ritz crackers that you need?
They're looking for the same thing that maybe you're not, but they're having a hard time finding it.
Sure.
I will give people a pass on that, but I'll still reach around them and go, here, I need some.
To see, and other people won't. What they'll do is they'll say, oh, I need these saltines over here. Which salt? And wait for you to finish over there at the Ritz, and then you'll go over and get the stuff that you need.
I've been known. I'll just like, I'll just come back to the side. aisle.
Yeah.
There you go.
Also, people are seemingly more polite in a grocery store most times.
You'll just say, excuse me.
Yeah,
that's
what I'll do.
Because if you know what you're grabbing, they know you're going to be in and out in 2 seconds.
Right. I get that you need to find what you're looking for, and everyone does not know where everything is in a grocery store, so I'll give you that time to find.
I'm saying I change aisles in the sense of like I'm not positive what I want to look.
Sure.
And you're different though, man.
I'll just be honest. It's the chip aisle. All right,
bad, dude.
I know every brand of chip, but every time,
paralysis of analysis, bro.
yeah, I gotta search every chip. There might be a new flavor.
You damn
I haven't
right.
heard of.
But Ted, you're an anomaly at the grocery. Ted honestly treats it like going to the Met.
Yeah, I love going to the
grocery store. It is a gallery of food experience. So for you, it's like you like soaking it all in. Me, I'm like, I want to get the F in, I want to get the F out.
And I will say, if you don't know where the thing is that you're looking for, I always stand with my back up against the other part of the aisle, so that if people need to go in front of me, they can. If they need to grab something in front of me, I have view of everybody. I'm not up on it to where I can't see you obviously trying to get in here, so you can ask me to move if you need something from behind me, but you don't have to like brush my man boob to grab the tomato paste. If
you need a shirt that says brush my man.
It also depends on what it is. Like last Sunday, I felt like I don't know. I felt kind of stupid. Excuse me, I gotta have this American cheese. I need to get this rotisserie chicken.
Yeah, right. But the number one thing that we all do, but pretend that we don't, faking scenarios in our heads.
Of course.
Oh, yeah. That's just daydreaming, honestly.
Sometimes I gotta remind myself, like, geez, slow down. Nothing has happened yet.
Nothing's happened.
Right. And
but if it does.
And it's not even something bad. It can, just... What would it be like to be a superhero right now?
Or what if that beautiful girl walks up and talks to me?
And I'm going to say the coolest line ever, and then you don't.
I'm this bro, dude. I look at this view that we have over here, and I'm like, I wonder if there's any snipers up on those rooftops.
Well, Jesus, man.
That's a little bit... Are you kidding me? That's not right. You're lying.
No, man.
You don't think that?
We had snipers looking at us Saturday. Did you not see him up on the roofs at Taylor Swift?
No kidding, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't see that.
Know where you're at. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
That would have been cool to spot. Why didn't you tell me, dude?
Well, they're snipers, so they don't want to be...
They put one between your eyes when you saw them.
And I'm not saying that they're doing anything... I'm not saying that they're doing anything nefarious.
By the way,
what kind of vantage
Taylor
point
Swift has the best snipers of any artist in the industry.
I'll bet that's true.
She does. Better than the Stones. Those guys shoot right between the eyes.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Damn it, Miles. He's making references, Ted.
Oh. Is that a Taylor Swift song or a Rolling Stones song?
Rolling Stones.
Oh. Happy birthday, Mick.
That was yesterday.
I don't even like the Rolling Stones.
That's how Ted gets out of the belated. No, I don't even like you. So
Stupid lips emblem. Yeah. It's dumb. How's that a stone? A man in Utah stole a Ferrari, but what happened next will blow your mind.
Well, what will blow our minds?
I got all the details at 5:50.
Thank you, sir. Headlines are coming up at 5:50. In the meantime, let's get a contestant on the line for Profile This at 206-803-ROCK.
Have you been in an accident that wasn't your fault? Feeling overwhelmed and unsure what to do next? Look no further. The personal injury attorneys at Phillips Law Firm are here to help. Phillips Law Firm understands that accidents can turn your life upside down. That's why they're dedicated to fighting for the compensation you deserve and to making the process as stress-free as possible. Don't wait any longer. Call now, 1-800-JUSTICE, or visit justiceforyou.com.
Hey, it's Mike Hawk. Join me every Thursday at 1 p.m. exclusively on the Odyssey app as we go live with Odyssey. Join in on the action as we cover interesting facts, top 10 lists, and some fun new games. Follow the Men's Room page on the Odyssey app and join in all the fun Thursday afternoons at 1.
Already made it to drinking time.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the Men's Room knows just who it is. So to you, we say... Bottoms up, sailor! You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Stephen Thrill Hill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed, and today we toast an unidentified 51-year-old man from Queensland, Australia. Now, this past Sunday at 1 o'clock in the morning, police noticed that he was driving the wrong way on the road. Naturally, they pulled him over, and he pointed out that he was just on his way to his daughter's house. Now, they suspected he was drunk, and they were right. His blood alcohol came back at a .191, which is 4 times over the legal limit. He was arrested on the spot. But on the bright side, he was driving a riding lawnmower. Yes, that is. Oh. He was going approximately 7 miles an hour the wrong way down the road. The cops were like, he's drunk. And when they confronted him, he was drunk. Now, they do believe.
You could walk that fast.
That was their whole thing.
Yeah.
They're like, he's driving so slow. Granted, it's 1 a.m, so there's not a lot of traffic, but they're just like, bro, you can't do it. His excuse, I'm going over to my daughter's house to mow her lawn. And they said, not at 1 o'clock in the morning, you're not. That'd be a noise ordinance, so let's just take it. But that was their thing. They're like, bro, we're not saying we don't believe you. We actually believe you because you're drunk and stupid, but let's go to jail. Let's go to jail.
Come on, buddy.
So we pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy!
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola, bichola.
The Men's Room presents Profile This.
Hey, Stephen Throw, could you please tell everyone how Profile This is played?
You ask me every day, Miles. You know goddamn well I can. It's a simple game. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story. Something that happened right here on planet Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Christina. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola.
Hola. Hola. All right, Christina. You understand how this here game is played?
Yes, I sure do.
Fantastic. You have a choice of one of 3 stories. And today you have a choice of drugs. We also have Bite Me. In other words, what did someone find in their food? And finally, Animalize This, where you guess the animal responsible for causing the problem.
I'm going to pick drugs.
Drugs.
I feel like that's not the first time you've said that in your life. All right.
Other than pass me an unfiltered Pall Mall.
Right. All right, here's your story. A man high on drugs was captured beating a female cop unconscious and fighting off at least 10 other cops. This is all a result of dash cam footage. 28-year-old Parta Huff, he left the female officer with a severe concussion after being slammed into the concrete pavement and punched in the head. He also pulled out chunks of her hair and left the second cop with a concussion and a broken thumb. It took up to a dozen more officers who responded to the incident to pull Huff, who was also tasered twice, from the female officer. He's now being charged with attempted murder and multiple counts of assaulting a police officer. His record indicated association with a gang, but his lawyer said that he's a janitor and recently completed a college course. The incident began when members of the public flagged down officers after Huff crashed his car into a shop and then walked off. Footage then shows Huff grappling with 2 officers, and we cover the rest of the story that led to his arrest. The question is, what was he high on? Steroids, cocaine, PCP, or bath salts?
It sounds like he was related to the Incredible Hulk to me, but what do you think, Ted?
Did you say what state it was in?
Illinois, outside of Chicago.
Outside of Chicago.
In the baddest part of town. If you go down there, you better beware of a man named Leroy Brown. Now, Leroy, he wanted trouble. You see, he stands about 6'4".
At your height.
All the ladies call him a 2-time lover. All the men just call him sir because he's bad. Bad. Leroy Brown.
I'll go old school. Just say this dude's coked out of his mind.
Coke for Ted. Christina?
I'm going to say PCP.
PCP.
That's not a bad
Christina. Call. You know, like a big bath bomb. So I'm going to go bath salts.
The bath salts.
That's my final answer there. All right, what was this guy on? He obviously was pretty strong. Was it steroids, cocaine, PCP, or bath salts? We'll find out next.
That was a tease.
99.9 KISW. We return to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Categories drugs on Profile. That's a man on drugs in Illinois. He fought off over 10 officers while high. Sounds like a superhero kind of thing. Then a dozen more showed up.
Drugs!
No problem with him. He said, okay, game on. Messed up some cops even after being tased. Question is, was he on steroids, cocaine, PCP, or bath salts?
And Christina, that is a question that we pose to you. Let us start with Miles Montgomery. Remember the old bath salts? Not bath salts. Ted, you said you're going to go old school, straight up cocaine.
Yeah, he's been on a bender.
Here's the thing. I think you could do that on cocaine, but you're in such a good mood, you're not going to fight. That's what I've heard. And Christina,
He's dancing.
You went with PCP. You are correct.
Okay. Christina, you know your drugs.
We know you know your drugs. You ain't fooling anybody.
I was normally expecting a naked, clue in there with the PCP.
He was not naked.
That's normally my number one clue on PCP.
You're not tased and still fighting and winning.
That is one of the other things. So PCP, a lot of people overheat, they get naked, then they fight, and they have strength and blah, blah, blah. But Ted's right. If they're not naked, but they've been tased multiple times and they're still whipping your ass, that's PCP.
But they also don't put in the line like, oh, he was also an amateur boxer. Or also, he was, a Taekwondo instructor or a new MMA.
You don't have to be, man. I remember
Brazilian
watching
Jiu-Jitsu.
It was an episode of Cops years ago. And the guy was on PCP. He admitted it. They found it on him. And it's at the point he is shirtless, pair of jeans, and they have him handcuffed behind his back, all right? And this is the first time I had visually seen it. He takes off running, right? Just takes off because the cops, they start talking to each other. He takes off from the side of the car. Keep in mind, his hands are handcuffed behind his back. There's a 6-foot chain link fence, and dude hurdles it.
Oh, my God.
Right. PCP. But even the cops, they say something to the effect of like, I hate that goddamn drug, or Jesus Christ, it's PCP. It was something like that.
Yeah, I mean, there's no other drug that gives you superhuman strength.
And you watch this guy run, again, your hands behind your back, get a full run, probably about a 40-foot run. Dude just jumped over the fence and kept going.
It's the stuff they're giving the guys and the boys.
That's what it is. It's PCP.
Yeah. Now for all TV news all time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right. The writers are still on strike.
What?
Same with the actors. Did hear some good news about the UPS one, though. So ABC's General Hospital, they hired scabs. They're using temporary writers to keep the show going. Now, that is bad, right? You don't want anybody crossing the picket line. But actually, one of the writers who's participating in the strike said, quote, "Daytime writers face a unique conflict during strikes. We hate to see our characters and storylines handed over to writers who cross the picket line. But we're also keenly aware that stopping production could spell the demise of soap operas."
I'm right there with them. Like, I get it. You don't want people to cross your picket line when they're making a point. Soap operas, and specifically the audience that you're catering to, are a little different.
And soap operas are dying. They even say, this person even says, right, like, I hope people still watch it, keep it on the air. Because there's very few of them left.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that might be the one case where people where people on the picket line are going to be like, all right, that's fine.
And it's a day-to-day hour. I think typically. Still an hour, a half hour? I'm not sure.
I am not sure.
It's on the soap opera. Somewhere, you said General Hospital?
General Hospital, right.
Wasn't that an hour long?
I think that was an hour long. Because like I said, I know we've talked about it. I feel like everybody went through a General Hospital phase. Cause
it was on late enough that you could see it after whatever your obligations were.
It was on at like 3 p.m. or something. So
that's the time, yeah.
In like 7th and 8th grade, I could get home. If there was no baseball practice, I could get home in time and actually watch it.
Strangely enough, soap operas are one of those things where people said for a long time, like, look, as far as a day-to-day actor job, if you're an actor, that is one of the hardest things you can do because you need to produce an hour. They tape 2 days before. So you have to learn all your lines. You have to do all that stuff. I mean, it's bang, 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 bang. So it'd be different if it's a game show, right?
You don't have to be a good actor. You still have a good memory.
It's still a script. It's still, people have to write it. People have to produce it. People have to, act it. So it's not an easy gig, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. I don't know.
If you do a show on Broadway, it's the same lines every night.
Sure.
If you sing a song, it's the same lines every night. When you're doing a different hour every day, I mean,
absolutely.
You're hustling.
Yeah. And when I did my stint on Broadway, I learned my stuff pretty quick.
You were good on Broadway, though.
Thanks, man.
I thought it was one of the better performances I've seen.
Yeah. Some people called it powerful.
I was living it out on your nights on Broadway.
Some people said it's weird. Why is he on singing?
Mm-hmm. That was me, and I've apologized.
Here we are.
All right, now this isn't good. Writers are on strike. Netflix is advertising a $900,000 AI job. The company is offering up to $900,000 for an artificial intelligence related job that involves increasing the leverage of our machine learning platform.
What?
Yeah. basically they already use AI to like suggest shows to you and everything.
That's what your algorithm is, right?
The algorithm.
You liked this, you'll probably like this. It's basically it.
Correct. It's just kind of, they're also, it's one of the main issues the unions have cited. The negotiator says studios have proposed that background actors be scanned in return for 1 day's pay, allowing companies to use their likeness and use it like all the time without consent
for 1 day's pay.
Or compensation. Right.
No.
So what they want to do is like, right, if you're just an actor that's in the background, they'll just take your picture. It's like a stock photo. But then every time, instead of paying extras, they'll just do that.
Getty kind of thing.
Yeah, like Getty images, but we can make it move.
Right.
But, but that's the thing about it. When people, and Mike, you brought it up earlier, I'm like, AI is not the problem. It's the people that use AI for stuff. I have two very good friends that work very deeply in the AI world. You have nothing to worry about from AI itself. I won't get the whole conversation we had, but it's not smart. It knows what we know. That's it. That's the best thing it
knows what
do.
you tell it to know.
Right, that's it. Right, and it just does things faster. So it's like a calculator. It's not that you cannot do the math problem. It just does it instantly. It depends who chooses to employ it. Right, and he goes, one of the guys I talked to that's directly in the field said, it's not AI, man. He's like, it depends whose hands they fall into and what they're going to do with it. For example, AI does not take your job. It did not apply.
Chick-fil-A, it's not AI, but they're going to use a conveyor belt to bring your food to the drive-thru. So basically, when you get the final window, it won't be a person. After you pay, it will just be a conveyor belt that brings like blue sushi seafood. So you're losing a job, but it's not AI.
Right, it's not AI. Did not make sense.
That was more the point. Jobs will be lost.
That was more the point that I was trying to make. It's like, don't be afraid of AI. You need to adapt with it because jobs are going to be lost due to its development.
But but that's any industry with an industrial revolution, right? So when you start mass producing things, get your robotic arms doing it, a bunch of people lost their jobs. This is kind of the equivalent.
Blacksmiths lost their job to steel mills.
Right.
Those kinds of things. Like, so if you read up some Sinclair, it's all right there. Like,
yeah, history it doesn't quite repeat itself when it rhymes. So this is our kind of version of that.
I think with AI, it's just a little different because it affects every job in every market.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, you're talking about
there's a chance to use an advantage on that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying I think it's different than like the Industrial Revolution. Sure, the machines came in, but that was only in certain industries. Right?
Correct.
Whereas AI, they're talking about having AI, like cars, truck drivers, you know what I mean? You're losing, there's an opportunity that you could lose hundreds of thousands of jobs, and there's not other jobs for these people.
You could get into a wreck with a truck, and there's no one driving it.
But that's my point, where it's like the same thing's already happened, but just as time goes by, it lessens the blows we see it happen. So the Industrial Revolution, it was devastating. Our highway system, right? When you wiped out towns and all the same. But, right. These things happen on a massive scale, and millions of people were displaced and lost their gigs. And because of the time that it happened, with automation kind of kicking off and companies recognizing the benefit of that for the bottom line, AI is not much different than that. It's just the first time, I believe, in our lifetime where we see something that is game-changing, right? So it's going to suck. It's going to suck.
I'm not convinced that... I know right now it can't, but I do think, like, it worries me the machines are going to know. And besides what we've taught them, they'll evolve.
They will.
I mean, I don't know if it's going to be like Terminator style, but I'm just like... I don't know, man. It seems like stuff can happen.
Well, stuff can happen, but understand that the people that program the AI, and that's what my two buddies do, they're like, look, we understand people's, how do you say this? They certainly understand people's concerns, and it gets blown up in the media because it's all clickbait, right? They want you to read the stuff to provide for their sponsors, but they go, we're the guys that do it. Do you think I'm programming AI to be smart enough to take my job? Do you think we're programming AI to truly be self-aware?
Other people's jobs, yes.
We absolutely are not, but they're the people that put it out in the mainstream. So, like anything, there's always a think tank somewhere. There's a group of scientists, probably at MIT, that want to do all these other things. But he's like, I'm telling you right now, if AI could take every job, why would you think that those of us that have jobs or work with AI will put it in a position to take my job? So he goes, look, there's a certain stupid limit we put on it. No matter, but that's their point. They're like, but because it's all calculations and binary code, and you can get into quantum mechanics and all that, but they're like, we make it a point to put the safeguard on. Like, we're not stupid. They're like, it might take your job, but we're going to protect our job.
Not ours.
We will not make it intellectual.
So with Netflix posting this job, it's basically just poor taste, right?
It really is.
Unit says 87% of its actors make less than $26,000 a year.
Yeah.
Now, they're not positive if it's gonna create content or it's just for this or that, but Rob Delaney, who's appeared in a Black Mirror episode about an actress battling with a studio, says it's just kind of ghoulish to pay so much for an AI role when so many actors are struggling. And I agree with him here. He goes, look, I've been poor in this business and rich in this business. I can assure you there's enough money to go around. It's just about priorities.
It absolutely is. Look, in the end, it's stockholders, right? You need to make them happy. If you make them happy, you're good to go.
But that's also kind of, it's not individual stockholders. There's a main, you know what I mean? Almost every company, there's going to be main people that own the main amount. It's them.
Absolutely. It is them.
Investors.
Then you trickle it down.
You invest in a purchase of this movie. You're hoping it succeeds. So they have individual people who come in and say, like, I'm on board with this show. I'm on board with this movie.
Sure.
I will back you on that. Like a restaurant. Like anything else. Like, this restaurant will succeed. Maybe we can franchise it. I'm in. They could be under the same umbrella, but still, you're doing your own individual,
Right, I'm just saying sometimes, it's like we got to do the stockholders.
Every company will do what they have to do to save them.
Yeah, but it's not like whatever stock you have in some company, it ain't worried about Miles Montgomery and his whatever shit.
You will get the benefit of them getting rewarded.
I don't have to worry about that anymore.
Yeah, right. Well, right, you're talking about hedge funds and this and that. It's almost like more complicated and also less complicated when you actually learn some stuff about it. Mm-hmm. And frankly, it sucks.
Yes, it does.
Totally.
Yeah. Well, can't do that to stockholders. You're right. That one elderly couple that retired, if you give me a raise, they're probably screwed for life.
Right? Sorry your CEO is doing so bad.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, the CEO of Disney, right? He came out and was
screwed everything up and got a $3 million raise.
Right, he said, these people I don't know where their work ethic is, and then signs, $16 or $17 million, the job to do every year. It's like,
Iger.
Yeah. I think you might be a little out of touch there. Real quick, you've noticed a lot of NFL teams are back in camp.
Yes!
People are going to get hurt. Pads are going to pop. People are going to get hurt. This happens every training camp. There'll be some big injuries. There's already been some big names go down. But also,
Jalen Ramsey, Joe
Burrow. Yeah, I mean, you hate to see it when it's your team. And even Thriller and I were saying, he was like, I don't like the Bengals, but Joe Burrow's fun to watch.
But
I want my team to play the best.
It's not our team, so yay!
It's been the Ravens the last 4 years.
Yay! Every running back gone. Yay! Your turn.
Sixth season of premiere of Looney Tunes tonight on Network.
All right,
really?
Well, check it out.
Cool. Thank you, Tim. We appreciate it. You're listening to The Men's Room.
When you think of health, where does your mind go? To the doctor's office? Or to your community, where you can join kids clubs and local events? At your grocery store, where an allowance makes it easier to eat healthy? Or on your street, where a ride is there to take you to the doctor? We're WellPoint, a health insurance company that knows that health isn't just one thing, it's everything. WellPoint, your whole health is our whole point.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. Go big or go home. A man breaks into a car dealership and steals a $600,000 sports car. Meanwhile, a pepper-eating couple swaps spit for the hottest tonsil hockey match so far. Florida man is arrested after deploying garden hose to neighbor's face to the Philadelphia airport baggage claim, where a raccoon runs the place. And the latest TikTok trend is to fake a kidnapping. It's time for your headline.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my car.
All right, our top story, we go to Utah, where a Ferrari dealership took a ton in losses. Police apprehended a man that broke in and stole one of the cars in the showroom that has an estimated value of $600,000. If that's not bad enough, he made his escape by hitting the interior glass of the dealership, 4 other cars, and exterior doors on the way out, racking up another $100,000 worth of damage to the other cars. After apprehending him, officers discovered that this all occurred after a day of drinking, and this was more of a spur-of-the-moment act.
Oh, yeah, good call, dude.
Yeah,
How does that help you?
I don't know.
Like, I like that he admitted to it. Like, I did all of it. It's just spur of the moment, guys.
Right. Man, I'm going to be honest with you. I was day drinking. I just thought, I think I'll break into the Ferrari dealership. Give it a go. But you know what? Much to his credit, as much as you complain about it, Steve, that's the biggest thing that you complain about when it comes to auto theft.
What's that?
If you're going to steal a car, don't steal a piece of crap, man.
Don't steal a gremlin.
Correct.
Steal the Ferrari. You deal with the exact same repercussions. Steal something you want to drive.
Right.
Make the memory of your arrest spectacular.
Right. Now you can be in jail and say, I stole a Ferrari.
Right. Don't get arrested for smoking crack. Do cocaine.
Right.
I mean, like, go for the top dollar.
You can stunt on all those other kids that show up there after they stole the Honda Civics.
But I like crack.
Okay, well, Ted, you like crack. We know that. I'm not talking about you.
That's Friday nights with Ted, man. Those are crack nights.
Ted likes Drano. He just likes how it's mixed with cocaine.
Correct.
Yeah.
Damn. In other news, we go to Florida, where neighbors aren't being very neighborly. Officers were called to a local golf course community on reports of a woman displaying a gun to one of the homeowners. Shocking. They investigated the incident and found that a pair got into an argument when the homeowner was shouting at the passing woman for being on his property line, which she disputed. Contrary to the called-in report, the man was the one to escalate the situation, by spraying the woman in the face with a hose during the altercation, which is, totally normal. Just go right ahead. Do it. Yeah, that's great. This caused her to retreat back to her car, but she was followed by the man and felt threatened to the point that she brandished her weapon. After he left her be, she holstered it and waited for the officers. The homeowner was arrested in the incident and charged, and was informed that he was misinformed as to where his property line actually is. And
it's not very neighborly.
There you go. And I feel like that tends to be the case quite often when I see these altercations. You're on my property. You're on my line over here. That's not where the line's at.
I'm going through it now. We have, so the woman that used to live next door to us, honest to God, right? Older lady. Me and my wife and one of my other neighbors helped her take care of just general maintenance outside.
Sure.
Right? Stroke survivor, man. She's like 80-some years old.
Needs a hand.
Get it. So we did, and she has like 4 kids. None of them ever did anything.
Okay.
Well, they finally got her into a home, which is what they wanted, to get her money. So one of her daughters now is taking control of her quote-unquote estate, her house and her yard. And she's a dumbass. I compared her to someone that we have in Congress whose name I shall not name, but I said, when you're entitled and stupid, it's difficult to work with.
Right.
This is the woman who goes, insurance wouldn't cover my new fence. And I had to explain, because you didn't have a fence. They don't insure what you don't own.
Right.
They insure what you do own. I mean, she was mad for days, man. So we're dealing with this broad that's super stupid. Anyway, she wants to put up a fence, which we have no problem with.
Sure.
And she's disputing the property line by like 3 inches. And I even said, look, if you go onto my property by 3 inches, I don't care.
Don't care.
But if you want to get down to it, my wife went to the whoever it is, you get the, I don't know, the
blueprints.
People come up with
the official.
Yeah,
so
and
they line it up on the thing.
We're not arguing with her about it. She's just an idiot. So to get her to shut up, say, hey, here's where it is legally. If you have a problem with that, I don't. But if you have a problem with it, take it up to the city of Seattle. Right. And having dealt with the city of Seattle, good luck.
You're gonna have fun. You're gonna get all
have fun with that. You're talking to some of the dumbest people on earth. So have fun with that.
And I don't get it. Why does it matter? It's 3 inches.
It doesn't.
It's 3 doggone inches.
You don't even live here.
That's all I got.
But that is it for your headlines. With that, Mike Hawk is out.
Thank you, sir. We'll see you next time for the return of Ted versus the FCC. Bad Choice Friday. We'll see you the next time. Same bad time, same bad channel.
Yes, indeed. It's all true. But in the meantime, well, we be all about this bitch for 180 seconds or so. So until then, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network. Oh, man! A Double Flush production.